These niggas say they want smoke.
Yeah. Hey, Cliff Viral.
These niggas don't want no smoke with Naga, man.
Nah. Bring your ass.
Hey, run that shit up, Chase.
These niggas just want play smoke. But when the shit get hot, these niggas run.
Sure do. Break out.
One by one, we done seen these motherfucking niggas run.
Break out. Kick rocks.
See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. You can say I'm mad all you want to. You don't want that smoke.
They say they want that smoke, I make them breathe, called synergen. They time running out with every swing of the pendulum. I mentally dismember them, make them transition, Naga turn it to a memory. I'm piling up the victories, can Naga walk in history. Can't fuck with me linguistically. TKO that boy with some kiddie shit. Basic pulse of speech, just exposed dude as an idiot who's speaking on the glyphs when he basically illiterate.
See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. Cause you don't know shit about what you talking about. See, you don't want that smoke. You can say I'm mad all you want to. You don't want that smoke.
My clique the most feared in these bag chat streets. They say they want beef, but they run from the heat. I love making pride, bowing face defeat. Many pride outweigh knowledge, so they incomplete. Intellectually they fail, they can't even compete. They just gon' get to their son if they step in the ring. It's the lion then champ who won't smoke with me. King Naga hold a strap, who won't smoke with me.
I was gonna rip his heart out, I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror, no, I'm Alexander, he's no Alexander. I'm the best ever, there's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey, there's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw, there's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious, I want your heart.
I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Hard to see this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Hard to see this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Like what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate this right here. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespecting and we check. The bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. If you broke, just say it. Yo, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Hard to see this how we live. Look here, homie, we still Get into the money, got these haters in they fear. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me be still, give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Get in the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Tryna map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put most high first, none above. Tap in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel heat. Must go get it. We still get into the money, got these haters in they fear. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still get into the money, got these haters in they fear. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome to the den, man. Welcome to the den. Well, this is what I've been waiting for, man. Hey, both of our heavy hitters coming up to the plate. As a matter of fact, they talking about a plate, a tectonic plate. Now that no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got Mudiwa Mugabe. We got King Naga. Hey, we got a great cast of judges. It's about to go down in the den. But before we get started, I got to introduce the queen of the building. I'm talking about no other than Sister Karima. Go ahead, queen.
Shalom. Please hit that like, subscribe, whatever you got to do just to keep up with the good news. Love y'all.
Yeah. Sister Karima, I've been waiting for this match. These brothers been going at it for a couple. Hey, like Ruben said, it's been 10 years in the making, man. 10 years. Sometimes it take you 10 years to get your opponent in the ring. I'm not that damn patient. I've been and moved on to somebody else, you know. But before we introduce the main contestants in here, we're gonna go ahead and introduce the panel. You know, everybody get a quick, introduction to everybody that can find you, and then we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the new people's champion, Corey TKO Dawson. Go ahead, Aki.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm the new people's champ. Shout out to JJ 7000 Lions Den. Shout out to the people out there. Can't wait for this debate. This is gonna be a good debate, man. These two brothers, they've been going at it for like 11 years, and now they finally taking it to the big screen. So I'm looking forward to the information. I'm gonna be taking my notes and stuff like that. I'm just a person on the panel. So yeah, shout out to the league.
All right. As we continue to go on through the panel, we got a former intercontinental champion. I'm talking about the electromagnetic messiah, Anu Kakarак. Go ahead, Aki. All right, maybe the brother having some technical difficulties. We're going to go ahead and move on and come back to the brother because timing is everything. All right, we got a new brother on here that I don't really know. He got the ninja sword on here, brother. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I can't see your name.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I bring up Naga. They call me Hecka Brow. And I'm just here to enjoy the smoke. I'm finna blaze me up one to connect with the smoke that's about to go down.
All right, now let me ask you something real quick. Now, you heard about the 32-man tournament. Are you a debater yourself, brother?
Nah, I'm an artist. I do music and stuff.
Oh, oh,
I
okay.
I
All
just
right.
support Naga. I support Naga and just keep
Yeah.
it put.
You see, the champ came out with a new song. He said, "I'm the Lions Den champ." I like that, man. Represent. Okay. Now we about to get to the judges, man. The judges of this heavyweight bout. And we got three credible members of the community. I'm gonna start off with the founding forefather of the Lions Den Debate League, no other than Black Jesus, balling and crawling minister. Go ahead, Aki.
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. This is your boy, Bishop, Black Jesus Minister, the Ecclesiastes 3, kick your ass Christian, balling and crawling, swinging and banging, by any means necessary. Right here on the Lion's Den, right here on the Lion's Den. And I am so privileged to be a judge in this debate. Looking forward to the fire, brothers and sisters, to the fire. My goodness. And thank you all for being here. And be sure to share. Be sure to like. Be sure to repost this live stream. Get it out. Get the word out, brothers and sisters. It's about to go down, brothers and sisters. Right here at the Lions Den. Shout out to JJ7000, Brother TKO, to Corey Dawson, the New People's Champ, Sister Karima, and to both debaters and everybody here on the panel. Thank y'all very much.
All right. Now that is a former House of Conscience champion. He said he's still a champion. So I'm gonna call him a champ. He want to be called a champ, I'm gonna call him a champ. You know, they stripped him of his belt for no reasons, man. So in my eyes, you like Ali when they stripped him when he didn't want to go fight for the damn war.
Man,
You
I didn't
know what I'm
even see
saying?
Black Jesus Minister on here. I didn't even
Huh?
see Black Jesus Minister on
Well,
here.
yeah,
Man,
he balling and crawling, lurking and banging and slanging. That's what he doing.
yeah, shout
Now
out
he
to
will
Black
be,
Jesus Minister too, man. The House of Conscious champ still. The House of
yeah.
Conscious champ. And the Bishop of our unity, Black Jesus Minister. He is the Bishop of our unity. He been putting in a lot of work on the internet and off the internet. I know I'm somebody that actually experienced that, so I can tell you from a personal aspect.
Oh, right, right. And Black Jesus will be one of the judges in this event. He won't just be a spectator. Now, our second judge that we have in the building is the Commission Adapt Hierophant, one of our former champions as well. So this panel is full with champions and peers of likeness. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Commission. Tell everybody where they can find you and what you'll probably be kind of looking for as you're doing the judging. Go ahead, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First and foremost, I want to rise upon the seven, giving praises to the great God, and I'm a real blood descendant of Usurp Ma'at Ray, which is called the Justice of Ra. I want to make that be known. In other words, I'm the scimitar made manifest. In other words, justice, and that's what we want to see tonight, a just drawing. But you can find me at Commission Adept Hierophant, actually my same name on YouTube. And you can also find me under the same name as well on Facebook as well. So if you want to look at the content, you want to learn some real linguistics, from all of the languages, I got that for you. So I just want to be here to support and just say gratitude to our beloved goddess and queen, Sister Karima, yourself, Brother JJ 7000, and also honors to the brothers that's getting ready to demonstrate, their wisdom, so to speak. And also the rest of the judges on the panel. Peace and love.
All
Hey,
right.
peace,
And last but not
peace. Let them
least,
know where they can
we'll be
find your music at.
yeah, Commission.
Oh yeah, my music's on the same site. You go on my site, I got a lot of my stuff posted there. And I'm getting ready to put some more work in as well. And that's Commission at Paraffin as well on YouTube, family.
All right, check him out. He got some nice rhymes coming over there.
All right. As y'all can see, the Lions Den is
All
full of.
that good music on Hebrew hood music. His music is on Hebrew Hill Music Facebook group.
All right. Let me go through these introductions, y'all. All right, because it's just this kind of taking longer. All right. Now, last but not least, we got the Lions Den discussion champion in the building. I'm talking about Apostle Zaquan. He'll be also a judge in this. You can't be judged by your peers, and who can you be judged by? Now, before I go on, I just want to let the brothers. I just want to, I appreciate Apostle, man. He's one of our fighting champions. We all fighting champions, but Apostle has been really fighting. So go ahead, Apostle. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody where they can find
you. Yeah, Cal, Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Barak, Athan, and may he forgive your sins. Uh, Great music I just heard. Of course, my brother, my friend, the young Kanai 104. I always appreciate that brother for sharing the light with my son and their collaboration tap out. My son, the young Nabai, the young prophet, Nabai Yahweh. Check him out. He's on Hebrews of the Hood with Kanai 104 tap out. Much appreciation to the panel, Black Jesus, Commission, Adapt. Much apology to my brother, Commission, Adapt. We'll talk about that more later on. He understands what I'm saying. Great respect to the debaters. I wish you the best. May the Lord be with you, whoever that may be that you call upon in the hour of your needs. May he support what you're bringing forth. Amen.
All right. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and introduce the debaters. Karima, can you get the spotlight on Mudiwa Mugabe, please? Mudiwa, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother. You got the floor. Unmute your mic, family.
Yeah, can you hear me now? How's my audio?
Loud and clear.
All right. Let me start off by saying this.
Shit.
I want to
I don't
say
know why. Oh shit, come with it.
I
Go ahead,
want to
man.
say
Oh, you talking about the brother
Go ahead,
shine.
Mudiwa.
I
That
want
brother is
The
shine.
ninja look. He ain't
I
playing
Yes, sir.
battle look.
I
All right,
want to
go ahead. Go ahead.
say I want to say first and foremost, I want to say Hotep to the brothers of the Kemetic ilk. I want to say Habaragani to the brothers of the RBG ilk. I want to say Shalom to the brothers of the Israelite ilk. I want to say peace and love to everyone within earshot of what I'm saying tonight. And I know this is going to be an uphill battle for me because at least one of the judges has a predisposition to lean toward a certain ideology, but we won't discuss that now. And we are here where we are right now, and I'm not gonna. It is what it is. And I said all of that to say,
Wait a minute. Wait. Now, if you want me to remove a judge, we can just go with two.
no,
I mean,
we can't
let me
we
know.
can't
I don't
rock
want
with
no frying and none of that.
we can't rock with two judges. It needs to be a definitive victor because if the judges
Okay,
have
so
a
let me.
split
Okay, so
decision,
which judge did you have a problem with? Is that possible?
it's only one judge on this panel that has a ideological affinity associated with the subject matter.
Now, this is a This is a
Again, brother,
geological debate. It has nothing to do with
it
a spiritual
has
or religious debate. So this
it
is like.
it
So I mean,
literally, no, brother, listen to me, listen very carefully. You might not initially think so,
can you
but
just tell me the judges here, and I'll go get another judge.
this conversation
You agreed to 2 judges already, bro.
I
Not
agree.
saying it's just
I
one.
I agreed to 3 judges, or 5 judges, or 7 judges, and
No,
my
I'm talking about the 2 that we had. The
right.
2 that I talked to you about yesterday. You agreed to 2. Now you're saying only one on here is gonna be right.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm. Are you comprehending what I'm saying?
Why are we doing this live right now?
Right. Now, anyway, long story short, it doesn't matter. Uh, I think I can get 2 out of the 3 anyway. So, we'll rock and roll. I understand. Let's make it happen.
All right, that's Mudiwa Mugabe. Now, it's like I'm gonna keep it moving. All right. So our next opponent is the Lions Den discussion. Excuse me, debate champion King Naga. Go ahead, Naga. Unmute your mic, brother.
You tried to appeal to you just tried to appeal to the judges. This debate has nothing to do with ideology. It is strictly dealing with geology. That was a sign of fear that I'm going to capitalize throughout this debate, Mugabe. Peace to the judges. Peace to the viewers. Shout out to Lions
The
Den.
door swung
I'm the
open.
Lions Den heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? I represent Naga World Order. We are something different. We come with facts, and you're going to see that by the end of this debate. My opponent just showed y'all a chink in his armor because he's trying to narrow this down to a debate about ideology when it is geology, sir. Shout out to the viewers. Y'all gonna be entertained in this one, I promise you that.
All right. We have finally got through all the introductions. Karima, both of these brothers want to do 2 15-minute rounds apiece, and then they'll do 5 questions. It'll be up to 1 minute to answer each question. Then we can go on to the judges.
You got Consul on the panel.
Okay. Go ahead, brother Khan, speak to the people real quick, and we got to get to the debate, brother. Go
Peace,
ahead.
Consul.
Hold up. Would y'all like Kansu to be a judge? I can get Kansu to be a judge. He has debated both of you guys, so he wouldn't even be.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right. So who's the one you don't want to be on here?
With
Is it
all respect and love and
it's
admiration,
Apostle?
my brother Apostle,
Okay.
brother, you have got to be removed from the panel.
Well, he can hang out, man.
Man,
Goddamn. You don't do. All right,
man,
Apostle.
how you gonna make a thing like how you gonna do that? How you gonna blame a judge? That's
Because I'd
like me
already asked
bringing one
Kansu
of
to
my
be a judge
partners
as
down
well.
to do a
Hold up.
debate.
Okay. See now. All
You
right.
know what
See
I'm
now we
saying?
getting
That's
complicated.
like, come on, man.
But Kansu has won against
Right.
both
I
of y'all.
mean, he should have discussed this before the debate. Yeah, you
No
Well,
know
here's
what
the
I'm
thing.
crying,
saying?
no
But
crying
his
now, bro.
wounds
No
might be
crying
a
now.
little bit sore.
No crying now. You knew what my stipulation was before
Well,
we
come on,
came into this thing.
that's what put the batter in your back to begin with. Come on,
Yeah,
man. No
you
crying.
know what this was from the
What you mean,
beginning.
no crying now? You the one started off
No
crying about
crying
a
now.
judge.
Yeah, hold on. Let's continue. Let's go.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
This is horrible. Okay, this is already. I ain't never been. None of my matches go like this. All right, so I ain't crying about no judge, no poll, none of
Right.
that
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? For
Now,
real.
I mean, you
On the
come
real,
in,
just bring the
goddamn. Okay, so y'all
information.
don't
You
trust
came out here
Apostle. Y'all
crying,
don't. Hold
speaking
up.
to
No,
the judges and all of that type of
hold up, bro, please. Come on, man. Y'all don't trust Apostle. You don't trust Consul. So you just go with 2 judges. Then if it's a tie, then it's just a tie. Dude get to
No.
keep his goddamn belt. Now it's no.
JJ, can I speak for a second?
Y'all already making this shit complicated before I even goddamn start.
This Consul. This Consul, you hear me?
Go ahead, bro.
No, I don't know what their contention is about. It's probably what are they contending about? The judges who gonna judge?
Yeah, they don't want Apostle, and
Hey,
then
Okay, just
they
do
don't.
that.
Hold on. He agreed. He agreed. So let's move on. And he don't want Consul, and it's and obviously Let's move on.
Well,
I
Let's
can't
go
move
ahead.
on unless I know the judges are clear.
Do
Please let me handle this, please. Please.
a poll, a
Hey,
live poll.
just flip a coin or something.
Oh,
No,
fuck
do
that,
a
man.
poll. Let the
And y'all see, this is exactly why I retired from
speak.
this, bro. Because, I
I
mean,
got
y'all,
you.
man, I swear, I declare to God, man.
For real, bro.
This
It
is,
Do
this
like
is,
a live
for real,
poll,
bro.
JJ, to be
If
biased. I
you
mean,
know,
excuse me.
this
Excuse
something
me.
you don't
A
bring
live
this to the
poll, a
debate,
live
man. You do
poll
this
be
before the debate.
unbiased.
You know what I'm saying? You get all this
Yeah,
To
this was
finalized before
Corey,
the
discussed.
debate.
This was
to
discussed
Corey
in
Dawson,
detail. This
to
was
Corey
discussed
can
in
y'all
Dawson.
be quiet,
detail.
please, real
What's
quick?
up? Who
Let me
calling me?
say,
What's up?
can y'all please,
This is
Karima, can you
Apostle.
mute the panel, please? This was going down. It's only gonna be two judges. So if it's a tie, then you just have to walk up out of here as a goddamn tie and try to do it some other goddamn time. Because y'all only trust two goddamn people that brung here. So let's go.
Yeah, you gonna cry and shit. Come on,
No,
man.
bro. I want a third
Can I give
judge.
him one idea? This is Brother Konsu. I'm not here to judge or anything. Can I give an idea?
Consul, did I not ask you earlier if you had a problem with either one of them?
I don't have a problem with. I love
Oh,
both
oh
of these
man,
brothers.
Consul
I
cool,
love
you
them,
know what
man.
I'm
I
saying? But
love
you
them
know,
and
that's
I'm
not
cool
what
with
we
them.
discussed and what we nailed out.
But
Yeah, you know,
hold on.
I
But
fuck with
they have a
Consul. Yeah, we
no.
cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's
But
just like it don't look right when he was the one really put the batter and
that's true.
Mugabe
I
back in the
agree.
first
No,
place.
I agree.
Come
I
on, get
agree. I agree
Mugabe.
with. I
You know what
agree
I'm
with
saying?
moving.
And
All right,
so,
so
you
like I said,
know,
if it's
In
a
order
tie, then y'all just have to go to a poll. That's all I can tell y'all.
to
24-hour goddamn poll.
the poll. Go to the
No.
poll. That's it. The poll. Let the poll vote.
Uh,
We just
so when I asked
ended.
y'all about a poll in the beginning of this shit, y'all said y'all wanted judges.
What, brother? Who is y'all, brother JJ? I'm not a
right,
y'all.
right, right. And
The
I
two
ain't the one
debaters. I
crying
asked y'all,
about
did y'all
none of
want
the judges,
judges
bro.
or?
You know what I'm
Brother,
saying? You was on the phone.
I specifically
Man, this
said,
sounds like fear from both of y'all,
Come on,
man.
man.
listen at what I'm saying, brother. Listen carefully at what I
I don't
said.
even. I don't even
That
want to.
All
I
right,
want
all
somebody
right.
else to
So,
host it. I don't even
I'm
want to
not
host
pressing
this.
about the
I don't want to
judges
even
out here,
host it, bro.
baby.
I'm gonna be honest. So, Karima, you can take
But
over host.
it's
I'm gonna be
like,
in the
come on, man.
goddamn audience.
oh
I ain't the
man,
one
come
crying
on,
about
let's
the
share the
judges,
load,
baby.
Listen,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
it's
I'm not
easy,
crying
y'all.
about
Okay,
the
everybody
judges.
mute their mic. Okay, we gonna roll with the judges that we have. Like, hold on, mute your mic. We gonna roll with the judges we have. Here, plain blank. You agree with it? We ain't gonna come up here doing all this. Okay?
I didn't agree with this shit. I didn't agree with it.
You just agreed with it at the end before Konsu came. So we gonna end that all of this stuff and continue. We not about to make other reasons why we about to argue over the point. We just agreed. You just agreed. You was the last person besides Konsu before you came on here. You agreed and said, let's move on. This is just doing too much while we live. This is unprofessional. Come on, let's get it over with. Okay? And you can complain about it afterwards. Okay? So let's go. 15 minutes around.
I'm gonna say
Right.
what I'm gonna say, sis. You don't mute me.
You said what you have to
No,
say.
I didn't. I did not say what I have to say, sis.
Yeah, you did.
I did not, sis.
Yeah, you
Come
did
on,
say
bro.
what
Come
the
on,
fuck.
bro. Come on,
You,
bro.
yeah,
Come
you
on.
did. Everybody said what they had to say. Everybody introduced themselves. Okay? So let's
Sis,
continue.
sis.
Go ahead.
I specifically told JJ, the person that runs the entire platform, I said, JJ, I don't care who is a judge. I have two stipulations. As long as they can understand the information and not be a Hebrew Israelite. That's the only stipulations I had.
Okay, so no Hebrew is so everybody has to be non-Israelite to understand geographical,
Don't worry
a
about don't worry
geological.
about my
Hold up,
reasons.
Apostle. Don't
Right.
you wait, Apostle? Don't you gotta? Where did you go to school,
Right.
Apostle? Hold up, Apostle. What is your credentials, Apostle? Apostle got a goddamn degree, bro.
Like he
And
can't
Black
run a
Jesus got
pack
a degree,
because
bro.
they're Hebrew. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What is you doing?
I agree. Black Jesus and Apostle are great
They got
judges.
nothing
I agree.
to do with that.
So you got so then you already agreed to a commission. So what's the
Matter of
problem?
fact, As a matter of fact,
I think Commission is a good judge too.
I'm in a doctorate
He's the only
program.
Moor on the panel. He have no reason to be
Right,
biased.
me too. Me too. You know, that's just
I'm
that's it, bro.
presently
And if the
in a
circumstances
doctorate
were different,
program right now.
Consul, bro, I wouldn't have no problem with you because you're a former opponent like Commission is, and I'm like,
That's
you don't hear
right.
me complaining. You know what I'm saying?
That's
For
right.
real, because it's
Let's
about
get
the
it on,
information,
fellas.
bro.
Let's get
If you
we
don't feel
everybody
like your
here on
information
everybody here
is
is
ready,
fair
then
and we have
you're
good
gonna get
character.
embarrassed.
Let's get it on, baby. Let's go.
No, we can't get nothing on because we don't know we don't know who's gonna be judging at the goddamn end. So we can't get nothing on. All
Yeah,
I can tell y'all, we got two.
ride with what y'all want to ride with.
No,
Let's
no, no.
go.
Hold up, bro. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. You're gonna get two judges. If it's a goddamn tie, then it's gonna be a 24-hour goddamn poll. That's how it's going to go. Let's go. All right, but now you against that?
Bro, let's go.
This is sad. All right, come on, let's go. Y'all done took the spirit out of me even host this goddamn debate. I'm gonna be honest. Go ahead. Let's go.
All right, y'all ready?
Who going first?
The affirmative. Why you got the camera on me? I'm not the affirmative. Is Israel on the African
That's right.
tectonic
I
plate?
agree. It should be on the affirmative first. I have to agree on that. Not unless y'all want to do a coin toss.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
Consul.
Yeah, back
Hold
there.
up. Hold up real quick. Consul, you go ahead and host. I'm gonna be in the audience out here sharing. Can you help me out with that one?
Yes, sir. Absolutely,
Thank you.
100%. All right, so Ruben, are you cool with going first, or do you want a coin toss, brother? Ruben, are you there? He may have stepped away. Um, his mic is muted. I don't know what happened to Ruben. But can y'all hear me? If so, we can get into the topic and discuss the topic and discuss the opponents.
We hear you
Yeah, I
loud
can
and
hear
clear,
you.
Consul. The signal is clear.
All right.
There's no problem. If the brother Ruben is the affirmative, the title of the debate is Israel on the African tectonic plate? The man is the affirmative. He's saying it is, so it's only right that he take off first.
And I agree with that. Just as a debater, fellow debater, I agree. Hopefully, Ruben is hearing and preparing and wants. Wait a minute, look like he dropped out.
Yeah, he should be back shortly.
Okay.
In the meantime, my sincerest apologies to Brother Apostle. It's not personal against you as a person, but there's a very specific reason why I said that I didn't want certain people with certain ideologies at
That's
being
right.
judges.
And I would say this. As a long term Lions Den member. We've talked about this prior. And even if you look on other debate like Sarnetta, he don't really have a solid judge panel at times. He'll let the poll go. But
Right.
in order to have a solid judge panel, it'll have to be, 3, 4, 5 different guys with different ideologies, or go to the poll.
I think
So
Ruben is back.
Ruben is bad. Ruben, are you there?
What's that noise?
I hear noise.
Somebody cutting hair.
Yeah, let me when y'all can see my screen.
Ruben, you hear us?
Hey, Ruben, your
Let me know
connection
when
is
y'all
really shady,
see my
bro.
screen.
We hear your voice, but your connection is kind of shady.
Yeah.
It's something there. Okay, we hear you, but it's a noise, Ruben.
Yeah, I hear y'all. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
hear
but
you.
there's a lot of feedback. Like there's like it sounds as a buzzing sound on your
Sound
feed.
like he got a delay too.
Right. I want your presentation to be crispy, brother. I want you to be able to put it out there in the best manner possible.
And
Ruben, Ruben, say something.
everybody
Let's hear how you
mute.
sound.
Everybody mute
Can
their
can
mic too,
yeah,
cause y'all giving out
can
feedback.
yeah, can y'all hear me now? How about now?
Yes.
All right, my screen sharing.
Yes.
You got a whole bunch of static in your thing.
Israel is a thing sits on the African. Israel is a thing sits on the African tectonic plate. Somehow, some way, the Negroes in our community, we forget that there's a
Hey, that shit breaking up for real.
Sound like you trying to play us some audio. Ruben.
just don't know.
Ruben sounds like he's playing some audio or something.
Israel is on the Arabian plate. That's why Tectonic out there. Mugabe step your ass in the ring and defend everything that just came out your mouth. And I land.
All right, this debate is about geology. Israel is on the African tectonic plate, subtitled by Mudiwa Geography for Dummies, right? Mistake number one is not knowing the difference. This is what the debate is about. The word geology means the study of the earth, on geosciences or earth sciences. Geology is a primary science and looks at how the earth is formed, the composition, and the types of processes acting upon it. Geography, however, is the study of places and the relationships between people and their environment. Geographers explore both physical properties of the Earth's surface, the human society spread across it. They also examine how human culture interacts, the way the nations and places can have an impact on people. Geography seeks to understand where things are and why they are, how they are, and how they develop and change over time. Divergent, convergent, and transform. This is from California the narrow zone and narrow zones along plate boundaries causes most earthquakes. Most seismic at three types of conversion and transform. As the plates move past each other, they sometimes get caught and pressure finally give due to the increased pressure. Energy is released as seismic waves, causing the ground to shake. This is an earthquake. Some of the plates have ocean water above them. Other plates include continents, and some plates include both continents and ocean. The movements of the plates help shape the geological features of our planet. The three main types of plate movements include divergent, convergent. Let's cover divergent. There is two plates. This is where two plates move away from each other, both from the mantle, it runs along an open and form a new crust. The earthquakes that occur along these zones called spreading centers are relatively small. The Great Rift Valley in Africa, the Red Sea, and the Gulf as a result of a divergent plate motion. Remember that. Convergent, colliding. This occurs when plates move towards each other and collide. When a continental plate meets an oceanic plate, the thinner, dense, and more flexible oceanic plate sinks beneath the thicker, more rigid continental plate. This is called subduction. Subduction causes deep ocean trenches to form, such as the one along the west coast of South America. The rocks pull down under the continent begin to melt. Sometimes the molten rock rises to the surface through the continent, forming a line of volcanoes. About 80% of earthquakes occur where plates are pushed together, called convergent boundaries. Another form of convergent boundary is a collision where two continental plates meet head on. Since neither plate is stronger than the other, than the other, they crumble and are pushed up. This can lead to of high ranges such as this. When tectonic plates slide past each other, they form a transform or lateral fault. Plate tectonics. Ethereal geology, the lithosphere of the Earth is divided into smaller over such as the Earth's seismic activity occur. I mean, much of the Earth's seismic activity occurs at the bottom and dynamics of tectonic plate movement. You see this from Merriam-Webster. The East African Rift Zone is a continental rift zone that stretches from the Gulf of Aden in the north to Mozambique in the south. This contains much of the African plate within most of the African continent. Seismic activity at the plate boundary, Mugabe. Most earthquakes take place where plate boundaries meet. This is the African plate meeting the Arabian plate. Probability map of more than one event with magnitude at or less than 4 magnitude to occur in a week starting from August 31st, 2018. So this is a study they did. And as you can see, the line of earthquakes are along the plate boundary, Mugabe. Here it is blowed up. You can see the severe earthquakes that were registered according to the scale on the map legend were at that plate boundary. And you see, this is the African plate, that is the Arabian plate, clearly separated by this boundary. Tectonic setting for Israel seismic, meaning this is a map showing all of the earthquakes in the history of Israel that are documented, Mugabe. Look at the line along the plate boundary, the African plate and the Arabian plate. Because we'll cover later that the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, Mugabe. But you see the line of earthquakes where the plates meet. Here you see it again. This is the Dead Sea clear through the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea. Clear separation going all the way up. This is the border for Israel right here. Here it is over on this side, showing you the clear separation of the Dead Sea fault from the Arabian plate. And they are moving apart from each other because this is a divergent plate. The source of the maps used so far and Operation of Earthquake had for Israel, not Israelites, but the Israelis. Primary results. National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology Scientific Journal. Journal of African Earth of the Dead Sea Rift. The Dead Sea Rift boundary the Sinai subplate in the west, which is part of the African plate, the Sinai subplate in the west, part of the African plate, and the Arabian plate. So the Dead Sea Rift separates the African plate and the Arabian plate in the east. The rift is a unique morphotectonic feature which extends from the northern end of the spreading of the Red Sea to the Taurus zone convergence in Turkey. The plate motion along the Dead Sea transform fault probably was initiated in the Middle Miocene. The initial movements along the Dead Sea transform were nearly pure. U.S. Geological Survey, imaging Israel's team of scientists collaborated last April to image deep structure of the Dead Sea fault in Israel. Their findings will help show how tectonic motions deform continental crust and improve understanding of earthquake hazards and natural resources along the fault. As you can see, in the separation right there. Generalized plate boundaries from this dynamic planet. Red lines are spreading boundaries where new crust is generated as plates move away from one another. Black lines are transform faults where plates slide past one another. Black lines with sawtooth are convergent boundaries, and they dive beneath another in the direction of the hatch marks, right? So you see this map is illustrating the place and the direction they're moving in, and you can see the clear separation right there from the African plate, the Arabian plate again. Here it is blowed up. You see the Dead Sea transform right there, and you see this little piece of land is a part of the African plate because again, the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate.
How many minutes we got?
Investigating this plate boundary has more than academic value and archaeological
15.
records
How many left?
document numerous
Don't
earthquakes
know.
along the
Wasn't
Dead Sea
keeping
Fault.
time.
The largest to strike in recent history was the magnitude 7.1 seafed earthquake, which occurred on January 1st, 1837, killing more than 5,000 people and causing massive damage to cities and villages. Enhanced understanding of the fault will improve assessments of the hazard it poses. A more detailed picture of its structure can also help identify resources like early water, which are commonly stored in reservoirs and sedimentary rocks along such plate boundaries. The recent experiment ran from April 8 to 12, 2018, and focused on the Sea of Galilee in the northern part of the Dead Sea Rift, where the researchers expected the crust to be different from previously explored areas to the south. To image between 300 and 400 kilograms each, along an east-west and north-south profile. The stage plate is deep and bending and reflecting as they hit rock layers. Different signals were received by 550 receivers arranged at about at 200 meters to the time forward. The study area, the green dots, location of receivers, delineate profiles along the international team data about ANC fault surface, structure, red triangles, or where explosive shots were detonated to provide sound energy for the experiment. The Red Sea reflect complexity of the Dead Sea in this area. As you can see the arrows where they place these charges to test the Dead Sea Fault. But the Jordan Rift Valley is part of the Dead Sea Fault. You see Israel over here to the west of that fault, and you see Jordan and Syria here to the east of the fault. This is the Arabian plate. This is the African plate. You can see it here. This is the map of Israel for the study area. And this is the fault line. This is what you're looking at here. Israel sits to the west of that line, and Jordan and Syria to the east of that line on the Arabian plate.
There.
Tanta University in Tanta, Egypt. So I gave you the Israeli scholars. Now this is what the Egyptian scholars are saying about the Sinai Peninsula. The Sinai Peninsula has been recognized as a subplate of the African plate. The Sinai Peninsula has been recognized as a subplate of the African plate at the triple junction of the Suez Rift, the Dead Sea Transform Fault, and the Red Sea Rift. The upper and lower crustal structures of this tectonically active, rapidly developing region, yet poorly understood because of many limitations. For this reason, set P minus and S minus wave travel times recorded at 14 seismic stations belonging to the Egyptian National Seismic Network. From 111 locations and regional events were analyzed to investigate the crustal structures and new locations of the seismic zones beneath the central and southern Sinai. Because the velocity model used equation by ESN, which is the Egyptian National Seismographic Network, is one-dimensional. The travel time residuals will show lateral heterogeneity of the velocity structures and unmodeled vertical structures. Seismic activity is strong along the eastern and southern borders and show moderate along the boundary of the Gulf of Suez to the west, right? Again, you see the earthquakes that are used in these scientific journals. They are clustered along that boundary, that natural boundary that is between African plate and Arabian plate. You see, the Sinai, which is Israel, will be this portion here of the map. This will be Israel. It is on the western side of this natural boundary. Here you see it here again. They have a line representing the boundary, the Dead Sea Fault, right? This would be Israel on the African plate. The Sinai subplate, again, is the African tectonic plate. So my opponent would be hard pressed trying to pick Israel up from off the African side and place it on the Arabian plate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think my opponent that strong.
African tectonic plate. Israel is a fact sits on the African tectonic plate. Somehow, some way, the Negroes in our community, we forget that there's a
Hey, you playing something, Ruben?
we just don't know. There's a thing called the Arabian plate. The
Ruben, pause
Arabian
your
plate
mic.
is what the Levant sits on. It does not sit on the African tectonic plate. It does not sit on the Somalian tectonic plate. The Levant, the Danish, the whatever the Palestine, whatever you want to call that area, it's the Arabian plate. Go, just plate science. If you want to go on plate science, which I don't go by anyway, but if you want to do that, Israel is on the Arabian plate, and I land the plane. I just want to throw a tangent out there. Mugabe stepped your ass in the ring and defend everything that just came out your mouth, and I land my plane.
Ruben, you still there? Ruben. Everybody still there? Can y'all hear?
I hear you well, bro. I hear
Yeah, I hear you
All
clear.
right, so that's the end of
We hear
Ruben's
you
present.
clear, bro.
Ruben, is that the end of your round? Right?
He fell off.
I don't know.
you. Yeah,
You
came back.
I'm
to that
asking how
last
much
minute.
time I got left. I mean, I don't know.
You was down to that. You was down to below a minute, Ruben. Is there anything else you
It
want
was
to say?
50-something seconds left when you dropped off. Well, you took your thing off.
How much?
It was like 50 something
How many
seconds. Is there
seconds left?
anything else? 50 something seconds. Go ahead
Give
and
him
and end it up.
give him another minute on the strength if he want to say something.
Yeah,
I
one
ain't
last
tripping.
minute for Ruben. Ruben, close out with your
All right.
last minute.
All right. Hold on. I got you. Now, you know what I'm saying? The earthquakes along in the Dead Sea, you know what I'm saying? That atmosphere plate, you know what I'm saying? So
Hold on,
it's
you
a
chopping.
fact that Israel is on the western side. Huh?
Okay,
Israel
cool.
is on the western
No,
side
hold on.
of that
Say what
boundary.
you. No, wait. He's not done. Say what you would start over because you were just chopping a little bit. Everybody keep their mic closed.
Well, I just pulled the map back up to show y'all. These are documented earthquakes in the Israeli catalog, and you see them along that line, which is the border between the African plate and the Arabian plate. So my opponent was making a statement that Israel is on the Arabian plate, when that is not the case. It is Israel is right here. This is the map of Israel, right there on the African plate. The Sinai plate is a part of the African plate because you can see it's not separated. And I land my plane.
All right. Ruben, can you mute your mic? Because you still got that buzz. So just mute your mic real quick. All right, cool. So, that was Ruben's first round. Everybody hear that?
Yeah, some of it was breaking up. Some of it was
All right.
breaking up.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
So that was
it was a little choppy, but you can hear his words. It was delayed a little bit, but you can still hear what he was saying and what he was trying to complete.
That's right. Right. That's
You
right.
can clearly hear that. The buzz,
Yeah.
we can't do nothing about the buzz part,
Right.
but you still heard his words. Like they choppy, it was just delayed, but you still heard the connection. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. And everybody in the audience, you're delayed. So
That's right.
still hear what he's saying.
That's facts. So, all right. So that was a wonderful first round for Brother Ruben. He presented a lot of slides. Um, Brother Ruben, if you want, you can also like drop links to those sources in the back chat, and people can go and and research, cross reference while we doing this. But that was a wonderful, wonderful, great first round by Brother Ruben. Brother Ruben's stance is Brother Ruben is saying that Israel sits on the African tectonic plate. Brother Mudiwa Mugabe is next for his first round. Brother Mudiwa, whenever you ready, Sister Karima will start the time and we can get this thing crack-a-lacking.
All right, 1 second. Let me see if I can get my screen popping right fast.
Cool.
Let's see. Share the screen. Let's see. Present. Okay, let's see. See, go over here to the doggone keynote. My first slide is going to have a red background. Tell me if you guys see it. Is this thing lagging? Come on, let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's see. Do you guys see my first screen yet or no?
No, we don't see it.
Oh, wow, come on, man. What's really going on here? Entire screen, window. What's going on here? Don't do this. Okay, let's go over here. Bam. Is this it? Oh, come on, man. I did too much for this. Give me a second, guys. Let me find out why it's not coming up.
Yeah, you're supposed to go to the tab. Don't show the entire screen. You got to go to the tab that it's on.
I'm hitting present. Right?
Okay.
I'm hitting the present button and I'm hitting the share screen button, right?
Oh no. After you click the share screen button, you got actually you got to click that little. Why don't you do the entire screen and where in that screen area, that little computer screen area, click that and then click the share button. The share button will be the last button. Click that upper left-hand corner area first. Anywhere in that area that looks like a computer screen. Click that first. It's going to turn blue around the edges. And then click the little share button in the bottom right.
I'm not seeing the icon you talking about, fam.
Okay, start over.
All right. I'm on the regular screen. I see all of you guys icons and whatnot.
Okay.
On the bottom it says mute, start cam.
Click present.
Okay.
And then share screen option at the bottom.
Share screen. Okay.
All right. And then then click the blue share screen button.
Share screen, correct.
Right. And then do the entire screen. Click entire screen one time.
Entire screen. All right.
All right. And then you see the computer screen up in the left-hand corner right there. Like you're looking at your screen, you see it?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, click that anywhere on there. Click it one time.
Okay, I clicked the whole.
Okay, and it outlined in blue.
Share.
And
Okay,
then click
it says
share.
share. All right.
And then when you click share, Kareem's going to see your screen pop up, and she's going to pull it. She's going to click it in.
All right. 1 second. Let me get to my keynote. All right. Do you see that, Karima? Red background.
There you go.
There we go. Let me say thank you to Black Jesus Minister for those elaborate instructions.
Man, you are the tech guru. The tech guru. You are the tech guru, brother. All right, so Karima, you can start my time right now. We go get into it right fast.
Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. Mudiwa Mugabe up for his first round.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the title of this debate is Israel on the African tectonic plate? That's the title. Is Israel on the African tectonic plate? That's the only thing that we kind of need to be concerned with. But at the same time, we need to figure out, like, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? How do you have black men in the United States talking about a tectonic plate halfway around the world? How did we get to this point? What led up to this? And why is this important to us? Me, I live in California. I live on a tectonic plate. I live in Los Angeles. We experience earthquakes. And unless you live in an earthquake area or a volcanic area, this information shouldn't be a conversation in your daily life, because tectonic plates mean nothing to you. So I asked myself, like, how did this conversation even come about in our community? And I said, okay, what is it? Geography, geology, and identity ideology. I'm going to say that again. I'm not trying to be an MC. Geography, geology, and identity ideology. What do I mean by that? This is extremely important. Now, let me give you the definition of identity ideology. Can you guys see the screen?
Yep, we can see it. I don't know why.
I'll read it off. Identity ideology is an unorthodox social approach wherein people of a particular race, nationality, religion, gender, sexual orientation, social background, social class, or other identifying factors develop social agendas that are based upon these identities. I'm going to say that last part again. Develop social agendas that are based upon these identities. These are not my words. You can source this. It's the source is 2005 Identity Politics Annual Review by Mary Bernstein. Now, why is that important? What is the agenda that leads to this conversation? And I'm not accusing my brother Ruben of having a personal agenda. I'm saying overall agenda amongst our people. Like, why does this conversation come out? The agenda is a religious agenda. The agenda is a religious agenda. This is the reason why I was adamant about not having people of a certain religious orientation judging this debate. And it was not personal to them, but they have an identity ideology that would support the narrative that says that this particular place is located on a particular tectonic plate or in a particular continent. This is extremely important. Now, moving forward, this is all based on religious propaganda. Let me further let you know what this religious propaganda is. There's no such thing as the Middle East. Israel is in Africa. This is where this comes from, you guys. This is where this whole conversation comes from. Memes like this from the Black Hebrew Israelite community that's trying to put this particular identity ideology into the minds of our people. And it's so pervasive that they are literally trying to change geology, augment geography to make it fit their worldview. Let's move forward. This is just one example. You see this? Israel is in Africa. Another one. Let me read it what it says at the bottom. If most people are asked the question, where is Israel? The answer will most likely be that Israel is in the Middle East. However, what people today refer to as the Middle East was more accurately referred to as Northeast Africa before the building of the Suez Canal. This is the propaganda that our people are being dealt every day by people that have these identity ideologies. This thing literally says that Israel was considered Northeast Africa before the building of the Suez Canal. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's move forward. So when people say that, and I ask brothers like Reuben and I ask other brothers, okay, if Israel is Northeast Africa, where does Asia begin? Uh-oh. I'm going to say that again. If Israel is Northeast Africa, where does Asia begin? Brother Reuben himself said out of his mouth, he says he believes that Asia starts east of the Dead Sea Fault, which would basically be in Jordan. Another brother that'll remain nameless, he said that it would begin at the Himalayas. Now, why is all of this important? Because this is the foundation that led up to the conversation of what tectonic plate does Israel stand on. That's not a normal conversation. Tectonic plates mean absolutely nothing in the real world aside from earthquakes, volcanoes, and searching for precious metals. Aside from that, you don't have a reason to care about a tectonic plate. This is identity ideology at its finest. Now, where does Asia start, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. Asia starts at the Isthmus of Suez. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to tell you. You know where the Suez Canal is? Previously, that particular area had a little strip of land. And that little strip of land was called a land bridge. That land bridge connects us. That land bridge is a small piece of land that connects a large body of land to another large body of land with water on opposite sides. This is what an isthmus is. A narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses and separates by two bodies of water. Source, National Geographic. Now, so when they say that Israel is Northeast Africa, how? When we know that the Isthmus is what separates Asia from Africa. We know that the Isthmus is what separates North America from South America, and that Isthmus is in Panama. Uh-oh. We don't want to talk about that, though. We don't want to talk about that. Let me continue. Now, when we look on a map, you see the line that I have drawn here? That's the Isthmus that was later carved into the Suez Canal. That line, that red line that you see right there, that long red line in the Sharpie. To the left of that line, or to the west of that line, that's Egypt proper. To the right of that line, that's the Sinai Peninsula, but that's also Egypt. That's Egypt on the Asian side. Yes, Egypt occupies Asia as well. Egypt is one of the few one of the few countries in the world that is transcontinental. Why is this important? Because individuals look over here and see Israel on a map. You see that? You see Israel right there? They see Israel on the map laying flush up against what they see as being Egypt, And they automatically say to themselves, well, if Israel is laying flush against Egypt, that has to be a part of Africa as well, because we know that Egypt is in Africa. They pay no mind to the fact that this part of Egypt is literally Asia. To further illustrate my point, the Sinai Peninsula, you see it? You see it there. You see the Suez Canal, the Suez Isthmus. Once you go to the right of it, east of it, Sinai Peninsula, but that's still Egyptian territory. You go to the right of that, east of that, you enter in Israel. So please, beloved brothers and sisters, tell me, how can Israel be Northeast Africa if the Sinai Peninsula is Asia? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But they're not ready for that conversation yet. Now, why am I bringing this information up? I have to address that. That's the elephant in the room before we can even get to the conversation about tectonic plates. This area here, the Sinai Peninsula, going into Israel along the Jordan and Saudi Arabia border. You see this border? You see that border? Yeah, all of this area here. This is the area in question. This is the area that Brother Reuben is referring to as the African tectonic plate. This is his understanding from the information that he gathered. And I'm not saying he's intentionally misleading the people. He's just not digging deep enough into the research. This area here, the area, Sinai Peninsula and Israel, and if we were to go further north, that would be Beirut in Lebanon. That area, without a doubt, is known as the Sinai subplate. Now, Brother Reuben tried to mention that the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate. No, it is not. And let me show you why. Oh, man, this is incredible. This is too easy. How much time I got left, Sister Karima? Three minutes. Let me see if I can get this off in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Can I get this off? Let me see. Where is it? Dang it. Where did it go? Is this it? All right. Is that sharing? Can you guys see that? Can anyone see that?
Yeah, Sharon.
What does it say? Somebody tell me the first couple words. Someone tell me the first couple words at the top so I can know I'm on the right spot.
Crustal thickness and structural pattern evaluation.
Perfect. Now, crustal thickness and structural pattern evaluation of Sinai Peninsula using three-dimensional density modeling, aeromagnetic, and earthquake data. Abstract. Scroll down. Look, what does this say? The Sinai Peninsula is a subplate located between the African and Arabian plates. Uh-oh, judges. The Sinai Peninsula is a subplate located between the African and Arabian plates. You cannot be located between a thing and still be the thing. Let's be perfectly clear. Let's be perfectly clear. That's the abstract. Let me go into the introduction. The Sinai Peninsula that has been interacting over recent geological time with the southeast Mediterranean plate, the central and northern parts of the Sinai subplate, judges, there go that phrase, Sinai subplate, there go that phrase, Sinai subplate, are characterized by frequencies of northeast, southwest trending anticline mountains in the limestone plateau dominance. And I'm going to stop right there. Hold on. I'm going to move. No matter of fact, I'm going to stop right there into the next round. Now, just to get it kicked off, We gonna go into the next round and we go blast out the cyanide subplate and show you at least 10 academic journals that say Israel is in the cyanide subplate. And I land the spaceship.
All right, Consul.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you put the camera on me real quick, Sister Karima, please? Man, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've been at work all day. I worked 12 hours today. I'm an iron worker welder in the field, right? And I told myself no matter how tired I was after work, I'll have to be here. This is amazing. Brother Mudiwa came with his first round. Brother Ruben came with his first round. Man, listen. You see I got on the Scarface today, right? So
yes, sir.
So somebody about to get shot up. But I'm loving what's going on right now, fam. Brother Mudiwa came with beautiful sources, beautiful presentation. Brother Ruben came with beautiful sources and beautiful presentation. Audio's live and clear. I done shared to all my pages. We trying to get over 100 views. Let's get ready for round 2, man. This was wonderful. Sister Karima, take us to round 2.
Yeah, because he sure picked up our little friend and shot himself. I don't know if he caught that from our first round.
Hold on, Ruben. Hold on. You got your time about to start. She gonna start your clock. She gonna start your clock. You can't talk during the time. Wait till Sister Karima tell you to talk, my brother.
Yeah, and I believe you about to share your screen.
Yeah, let me know when you're sharing.
Big ups to Black Jesus Minister. Everybody subscribe to Black Jesus Minister TV. Big ups to Commission Adept Hierophant in the building. Apostle in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat. War Chief, Brother Andrew. Lions in the building. Yeah, you sound great, brother. Go ahead. We see you. We see that. We see it. Beautiful. We see your Journal of African Earth Sciences.
I haven't started your time. You chopping up. Wait for you to get the video together. Mute your regular mic.
I don't know if brother caught it.
Yeah, mute your regular mic. Get your video together. I have not started your time. Redo it. Your connection is messed up. Okay, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic now. Ruben, unmute your mic.
My mic is unmuted.
I just unmuted your mic for you. I don't know what is the delay, but I just unmuted your mic. And your thing was up there fine, but I had muted you so you can get your audio together, and I just unmuted you. because sometimes when you play using the screen and you using both audios, it trips. So I, recommend that you mute one of your mics.
Well, I'm only using my computer mic now. How the audio?
Yeah, you sound clear. You sound clear, but when you share, it's choppy a little bit. So I'm saying when you share your screen, yeah, you sharing right now. Yeah, your connection is kind of slow. I'm gonna remove it and then you put it back. Okay, there it go.
Perfect. We see it.
All right. How the audio? Good.
You sound good. Okay.
I don't know if the
But you got
brother
it now. It's
missed
got
it
an
in the
echo,
first
so you got
round.
to.
That's because of me. That was because of delay of me.
Oh,
go ahead.
I don't know if the brother missed it in the first round, you know what I'm saying, when I touched on the fact that the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate. And I knew the only thing you would be able to reach for is a man-made ditch, sir. And man-made ditches don't divide continents. This ain't Reuben saying this. This is the Journal of African Earth Sciences saying this. You know what I'm saying? The seismic hazard assessment of the Dead Sea Rift. The tectonic setting of the Dead Sea Rift. The Dead Sea Rift is a sinister transform plate boundary separating the Sinai subplate in the west, which is part of the African plate, and the Arabian plate. So when you say, how can you be in the middle of two land masses and still be part of one of them? Because a subplate is a part of a larger plate, sir. And that larger plate is the African plate, Mugabe, according to the Journal of African Earth Sciences, not Reuben. And, and, and he told y'all that Israel was on the Eurasian plate. Israel people.
Hold on, Ruben, you chopping up. Say something.
Mike check.
You good. Keep talking a little bit.
Now he told y'all that Israel was on the Eurasian plate. This is the Eurasian plate. This line with saw teeth hatched is the Eurasian plate, and the way it's moving away from the Arabian plate and the African plate. It is pushing upward. You know what I'm saying? And you could clearly see that Israel is not on the Eurasian plate, Mugabe. So that was incorrect information that you're giving the people when you say that Israel is on the Eurasian plate, that this is Asia, this is Eurasia. It's a clear difference, Mugabe. And as you will see, the Arabian plate was also part of the African plate in the distant history. I'm a right, Mudiwa. Here another journal, the Journal of Astronomy and Geophysics. Gravity observations at Sinai Peninsula and its geophysical and geodetic applications. This is from the National Research Institute of Astronomy and Geophysics in Helwan, Egypt, the place you touched on. You know what I'm saying? Being in Asia, Mugabe. The Geology Department, Faculty of Sciences, Al Azhar University, Egypt. These are two reputable Egyptian universities writing this journal, Mugabe. The tectonics of the Suez Sinai area is dominated by the
active boundary between the African and Arabian plates, which separate one from the other. The geological and seismological studies revealed that the Sinai Peninsula behaves like a subplate of the African plate, Mugabe. Let me repeat that for you, sir. The seismological studies revealed that the Sinai Peninsula behaves like a subplate of the African plate, Mugabe, which accommodates the main motion of the Gulf of Aqua by left lateral transform fault, Mugabe. You know what I'm saying? At 8 to 9 millimeters a year. With the low extensional motion of the Gulf of Suez, more than 1 millimeter a year. The triple junction among the Gulf of Suez Rift, Gulf of Aqaba Rift, and the Dead Sea Rift is located south of Sinai. Recent GPS results show spreading rates along the Dead Sea varying from 14 plus or minus 1 to 5.6 plus or minus 1 millimeters a year in the northeast direction, Mugabe. You know what I'm saying? The Arabian plate is moving away from the African plate, Mugabe, but not Israel. Why is that? Because again, this is where you find most of the scientific journal. The Sinai Peninsula or the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, Mugabe, because man-made ditches don't divide land masses. This do, and that's why you don't see any seismic activity, because again, at plate boundaries is where you find the most of the world's earthquake activity, seismic activity. You should know this, Californian, because as you say, you live on a tectonic plate with earthquakes, remember? That's correct information. You see the earthquakes along the plate boundary, Mugabe, between the Sinai subplate, which again is part of African plate, and the Arabian plate. Another scientific journal, Journal of Geophysical Research, Silent Earth, Geodesy and Gravity Technophysics. Slip rate and locking depth from GPS profiles across the southern Dead Sea transform, right? You can see there's on this, where this map comes from. You see the plates, showing you the movement of the plates in relation to each other with the arrows, Mugabe, and the Sinai is a part of the African subplate and not a plate like the Arabian plate, Mugabe, because subplates belong to larger plates, and the larger plate that the Sinai belongs to, sir, is Africa. As you can see it again, what man-made separates this, and the man-made this doesn't even go all the way across this land, Mugabe. But you can see the movement of the plates in relation to each other, and the line, the Dead Sea Fault line, transform line, separating the Arabian plate from the African plate. And you can see, here's that line again. You see Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Haifa, all on the western side of the tectonic plate boundary, Mugabe. You see Arabian plate. Here's the name for the Sinai subplate. Israel Sinai subplate, which again belongs to the African plate, Mugabe, because subplates belong to larger plates. And the larger plate that one belongs to is Africa. Dead Sea fault system, also sometimes referred to as the Dead Sea Rift, is a series of faults that run from the Marianas triple junction, a junction with the East Anatolian fault in southeastern Turkey, to the northern end of the Red Sea Rift, just offshore of the southern tip of the Sinai Peninsula. The fault systems form the transform boundary between the African plate to the west and the Arabian plate to the east, Mugabe. That's what this map illustrates. And this is where it is on the African plate. It is a zone of left lateral displacement signifying the relative motions of the two plates. Both plates are moving in a general northeast direction, but the Arabian plate is moving faster, resulting in the observed left lateral motions along the fault of approximately 107 kilometers at its southern end.
A component of extension is also presented in the southern part of the transform, which is contributed to a series of depressions or pull-apart basins forming the Gulf of Aqaba, the Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, and Hula basins. So there's waterways being formed by the pull apart from the African and Arabian plates. That's why you have the Dead Sea in the first place. Mugabe, a component of shortening affects the Lebanon's restraining band, leading to uplift on both sides of the Bakwa Valley. There is local transtension in the northernmost part of the system, forming the Gua pull-apart basin. And guess what? The plate boundary, Mugabe, the Dead Sea Fault, is virtually along the political border of Israel, Jordan, and Lebanon. Now, what does that mean, Mugabe? That not only does the Dead Sea transform, separates the African or Sinai subplate, which is the African plate from the Arabian plate, it is also the political border. So if Israel is on a Sinai subplate, which is part of the African plate, Mugabe, then you're dead in the water. This is from Cornell, Geology Department of Cornell, regional tectonic background. The Eastern Mediterranean region is dominated by the collision of the Arabian and African plates with Eurasia. And within most of this tectonic framework, the left lateral Dead Sea Fault system forms a 1,000-kilometer long continental transform. You heard that? Fault extending from the Red Sea, spreading center northward to the collision zone in southern Turkey. Within Lebanon and southwestern Syria, the Dead Sea Fault transform system forms a 200-kilometer long restraining band in which the simple trace of the southern Dead Sea Fault system between Jordan, Palestine, and Israel. Between Jordan, Palestine, and Israel, Mugabe, develops into several prominent displays, including the Yamane, Surgaya, and Ram faults. Near the northern border of Lebanon, the Dead Sea Fault system emerges from the bend and can be traced relatively simple right to the relatively simple Gulf fault segment. And as you can see, this is the Dead Sea transform. You know what I'm saying? This is the Arabian plate, and this is the African plate. Because again, Mugabe, like I showed, like the scientific journals stated, the Sinai subplate belongs to the African plate. It is a part of the African plate, sir.
Hey, Ruben.
Israel sits on the Arabian plate, you said, Mugabe. The Arabian plate is a minor tectonic plate in the northern and eastern
This is Kansu. This Kansu just hold on. Just letting you know you have about less than 5 minutes left. Just letting you know.
I mean, the clock up there. The clock is up there. Pay attention to look. Okay, I got this.
The Arabian plate consists mostly of the Arabian Peninsula. It extends westward to the Sinai Peninsula and the Red Sea and northward to the Levant. The plate borders are east Indonesia and all the south, the African plate. I'm going to skip forward due to time constraints and get to here. The Arabian plate was part during the Phanerozoic Eon, you know what I'm saying, until the Oligocene epoch or the Cenozoic era. The Red Sea Rift began in the Eocene. This, Mugabe, used to be part of Africa. Countries within the Arabian up in the Arabian plate include Bahrain, Djibouti, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Regions include Anti-Lebanon Mountains, part of Aldor, Somaliland, and the Kazakhstan province, Iran, the southern Anatolian region of Turkey, and the southern Denkala sub-region in Eritrea. One thing you don't see mentioned as being on the Arabian plate is Israel, sir. Somalian plate, African plate. Remember? Even going to the information, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to skip forward to something like this. Here you see the map of the Arabian plate and the African plate. You see the colors separated clearly.
Here you see Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Syria all on the Arabian plate. You see Israel, Lebanon, and Egypt on the African plate. Because again, man-made canals, Mugabe, do not divide land masses. And here's the map. As you can see, all of Israel's cities outside of the land it occupies on the other side, all of its cities are on the African plate, the Sinai Peninsula, Mugabe, which is a part of the African plate. Source after source state the same fact, Mugabe. This is from Israel, plate tectonics theory in Israel. This is from them, the geology of Israel. This is the source. The Levantine tectonic plate, or the Israel and Sinai subtectonic plate, is part of what? The African plate, Mugabe. Let's repeat that. The Levantine tectonic plate, or the Israel and Sinai subtectonic plate, is part of the African plate and is connected to it by a narrow strip in the north of the Suez Canal, Mugabe. So even your man-made canal doesn't separate it, Mugabe. Let's repeat that again. The Levantine tectonic plate, or Israel and Sinai subtectonic plate, is part of the African plate and is connected to it by a narrow strip in the north of the Suez Canal that you brought out, Mugabe. So it is still connected to the African plate, therefore making it a subplate, Mugabe, of the African plate and effectively being the African plate. Nowhere around this. In the second stage, the Levantine rift caused the Levantine plate to be separated from the Arabian plate, which you said it sits on, and the opening of the Gulf of Iliad in the southern border between the two plates. Now, this boundary is prone to earthquakes due to a faster movement of the north to the Arabian plate relative to the Levantine plate. In fact, the three boards are all moving north, but the Arabian plate is moving faster. Moreover, its rate of movement today relative to the Levantine slab is about an inch a year. For this reason, the calculations show that in a few million years, Mugabe, on the eastern border of the land of Israel, an ocean will form, putting even more distance between the African plate and the Arabian plate, Mugabe. So how are you going to pick Israel up and bring it across an ocean as well as of a Dead Sea fault, Mugabe? Landslide. Down goes Mugabe.
Have mercy. Can I be heard, family?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Sister Karima.
You
Boy. It's some flames being thrown tonight. I ain't gonna lie. This is both of these brothers' slides. I'm loving the slides. I'm loving the presentations. Now that we got the audio cleared up, I'm loving the audio. I mean, this is pound for pound. So being that Brother Ruben started, this will be Brother Mudiwa Mugabe's last round in the second round. And then after that, I think, Sister Karima, are we going into the rapid fire Q&A, or how we doing that?
What y'all doing? The 5 minutes or the 10-minute rapid fire round?
What y'all want to do? 5? Mudiwa and Ruben? I say 5. And then rapid fire, and then we do a Q&A. What y'all think?
Up to 5 questions and the answer.
Huh?
I mean, up to 5.
You breaking up, brother.
Mute your mic, Consul.
Questions in the Q&A. You get up.
Yeah, I'm saying like we would do a 5-minute rapid fire where y'all can go back and forth. And then after that, we could do a Q&A where people on the panel can ask y'all questions and then y'all respond. However
Okay,
y'all want to do
JJ
it.
saying the rapid fire round. I guess the 10-minute rapid fire round.
Cool. So, all right. So
We had
now
like,
this is
I don't know if we want to call it a rapid fire. The way we said we're gonna have like up to 5 questions with a minute to answer each one. Up to a minute to answer.
yeah, that's cool. Hey, that sounds good.
What you thinking about, Mugabe? We can't hear you.
It doesn't matter. I'm rocking however y'all want to rock.
Okay, so we do the 5 questions apiece, and you have 1 minute to answer the question.
But this is Mudiwa's last round on the second. Then after that, we go.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So tell me when I get this screen up. Give me a second, guys and gals.
We got you.
Give me a second, guys and gals.
Mudiwa, let me say you have stepped your technology up, my brother. I'm loving the slides, man. Hey, I'm scared now.
Actually, bro. Actually, this is like the turned down version of my presentation. I had to. This is like the second version because I was like I don't want to bombard the people with way too much technical shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is like the turned down version.
And let me say too that brother Ruben, your quality and the screen sharing, the slides, that's important. As debaters, when the debaters come, have it the way these brothers got their slides, their presentations, you know what I mean? Point A, B, C, they got it all set out. At the Lions Den, we want to try to have that the same way. So when y'all want to debate people, have it set up. Look at these brothers' presentations. It's wonderful. I'm loving it.
Do you guys see my screen? Do you guys see the screen?
Yeah, we see your screen. And whoever judge, if anybody judged already in the first round, second round, y'all biased. Y'all came for your boy or whoever. Yeah, we see you.
Well, anyway,
let me get to it's far from over. It's far from over.
Let me get to the work at hand. This shit is over. It's been over. It was over when it started. It was over when it started, family. Now let me get to this work at hand. This is why I stop. This is why I don't like playing. Geophysical Journal International, reputable place, not no BS place. Seismotectonics of the Sinai subplate. The Sinai subplate is its own thing. Ruben is looking at tectonic plates with a telescope. I'm looking at it with a microscope. This is the huge difference. Now, before I get into this slide, let me tell y'all something. The brother said something. He said a man-made ditch, he's speaking about the Suez Canal, does not separate land masses. And then he said it about 5 or 6 times. He started lip boxing. I'll address that in a second after I do this slide right here. Now, pay attention. Seismotectonics of the Sinai subplate, the Eastern Mediterranean region. What does it say in the summary? We define the Sinai subplate. What is that? Judges, what's that phrase? The Sinai subplate from a seismotectonic perspective as a distinct, component in the plate tectonics of the Eastern Mediterranean region. This is based on the tectonic characteristics of comprehensive listings of all ML-4 recorded seismicity in the region during the 20th century on newly calibrated yada, yada, yada. Now, let me scroll up a little more so you can get another bar at what they just said, what they just told you. Since y'all don't believe me, then. Introduction. Seismotectonics is an advantageous tool in deciphering the neotectonics of seismogenic structures, especially along plate margins. Here we focus on the Eastern Mediterranean region, figure 1, where a small Sinai subplate, judges, there go that phrase again, Sinai subplate, at the northeastern tip of the African plate takes a major role in local plate tectonics. not a minor role, a major role in local plate tectonics. Now let's look at this doggone map. We're not finna play with these people, man. Stop lying to my people. Look at this map. To the left, what do you see? You see Africa in the lower left-hand corner. To the right, what do you see? You see Arabia. What do you see smack dab in the middle? Huh? That says Sinai subplate. Now, if you look at follow my mouse. That right there where my mouse is. That right there, that right there, that right there, that right there, that right there. That's the Gulf of Suez. That's the Gulf of Suez. Now, we're going to talk about this Gulf of Suez in a second. Since my boy want to say a man-made ditch don't separate continents. Hold on, let's get up over here right quick. Since we don't, okay. Huh. What does this paragraph say? Y'all see this? While today, y'all see that? While today, the isthmus, the word is isthmus, the TH is silent. While today, the isthmus between Asia and Africa is navigable by the Suez Canal, and that between North and South America via the Panama Canal, these artificial channels are not generally accepted as continent-defining boundaries in themselves. Listen carefully. The Suez Canal happens to traverse the isthmus between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. The isthmus between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea, dividing Africa and Asia. The continental boundaries are considered to be within the very narrow land connection joining the continents. The continental boundaries. The isthmus is what divides the continents, not the canal. And I know you're a boy from a little dusty canal in New Orleans. I know you are. But the canal ain't what divides the continents. It's the isthmus. Now, let me continue with this cooking. Now, look here. You see that? To the right, it says Arabian plate. To the lower left, it says Sinai plate. What region is that? What region is that, y'all? What region is that in there by that arrow? This thing that says DST. DST stands for Dead Sea transform. That's what that means. So they're basically illustrating to y'all that there's a fault line, no different than the San Andreas fault line here in California, traveling along this line right here. On one side of this fault line is the Arabian plate. On the other side of this fault line is the Sinai subplate. Now, who's over here in the Sinai? Wait a minute, we're going to do this the easy way. Hold on. Where's my notes at? This is what we're going to do. Because there's some coordinates on this map. We go plug in some coordinates. Let me see what we go do. That means that let me see if I got this right. Hold on. Let me thumb through my notes because we ain't finna play with y'all tonight. Y'all ain't finna keep talking this stupid stuff to my people. All right, this is what we go do. So according to what we see here, anything between the latitude of 30 to 35 degrees and the longitude of 30 and 35 degrees should land within the Sinai subplate, right? Take a look at it. Let me help y'all out. Take a look at it again. Anything within the latitude of 30 to 35 degrees and the longitude of 33 to 36 degrees should be within the Sinai subplate. Now, somebody, watch this. Hold on, watch this. Let me do this, man, because y'all playing games with me, man. Y'all are really playing games with me. Let me see. 31 degrees. 31 degrees latitude. And 35 degrees longitude. What we got going on here? What is this? What's popping up? What's finna pop up? Let's see. 31 degrees latitude, 31 degrees longitude. What's finna pop up? Let's see. Latitude, longitude finder. What is that? Let's see. What is that? What's finna pop up? Let's just see what's finna pop up for shits and giggles. What's in the middle of the cyanide? What's in the middle of the cyanide subplate? What's in the middle of it? Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Here we go. That latitude, what was that? 31 degrees, 31. And that longitude was what? 35, 35. We'll go over here to 35. Wow. Whoops, that was 31. My bad, beloveds. 31, 35. GPS coordinates. Let's see. Let's see what we do. 31. Come in here. 35. What we do? What is this, man? What is this? What is this? Where in the world are we going? Where in the world are we going, man? Where in the world are we going, man? Where in the world are we going? Where in the world are we going? What do we got here? What is this? What is this? Hold on. 31 degrees latitude, 30 degrees longitude. I don't know. Well, we gonna come back to this in a second. We gonna come back to this because this apparently don't want to act right. Okay, let's see. Latitude. Latitude. What are we looking at as the latitude? Bear with me, y'all. We gonna work through this one. We gonna work through this one. Latitude 31. 31. Whoops. Latitude 31. Longitude 35. 35. What are we with? I don't know what's going on. Oh man. Well, never mind. This thing ain't working right. We'll get back to that in a minute. My bad. Yeah, you do your own homework on that one. Now, we'll get back to that one in a second. Anyway, if you look at this map, you look at the DSF, the Dead Sea fault line. The Dead Sea fault line to the right of it, absolutely, Arabian plate. To the left of it, absolutely, the Sinai subplate. There's no getting around it. The Sinai subplate is its own distinct tectonic plate. It's recognized. This is what's going on right now, beloveds. With this tectonic plate technology or tectonic plate science, it's getting more redefined. It was wide, it was big, and it's getting smaller and smaller, and we're starting to understand it a little bit more and a little bit more. So we're discovering new plates. In the beginning, there were 7 plates. Why? Because there were 7 continents. In the beginning of tectonic plate science, there were 7 plates. Why? Because there were 7 continents. Yeah, and Africa was one of them. But now, guess what? As we get more refined, as we get more microscopic, as opposed to being looking at it with a telescope, we starting to see a little bit different. So let me pull this up. Let me find this slide. Where is my slide? Oh, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. That's the one I was looking for. Now, if you take a close look, I'm gonna show you the Egyptian side. See Egypt? This is the Nile River. I enlarged it a little bit. This is the Nile River. This is the Sinai microplate. This is the Sinai microplate. This is the this is the Sinai Peninsula. Now, you see this line right here? There's one's going one way and one's going the other way. That represents a transform fault. That's where earthquakes occur. It's rubbing up against each other, friction. That's what that represents. It's a transform fault. On this side, to east of the transform fault is the Arabia Peninsula. To the west of the transform fault is the Sinai microplate. Now, if you look here, look very closely. I can't enlarge it anymore. You see these arrows that are going in different directions? You got 2 sets of arrows. An arrow here, an arrow here, an arrow here, and an arrow here. What does that mean? That's representing divergent activity. That means that the plates are moving away from each other. It's not converging, it's diverging. Now, just as a a test of common sense. If the plates are diverging away from each other, how can they be the same plate? Again, if one plate, listen very carefully, y'all. If the cyanide microplate, these arrows represent divergence, meaning this plate is moving toward the east, this plate is moving toward the southwest. If one plate is moving one direction and the other plate is moving the other direction, how can they be the same plate, beloved? This is new science. Brother Reuben, and I'm not mad at him, he understands the stuff, but he understands the antiquated, played out science that they are not studying anymore. They have got microscopic with this. There are several plates. There's the major plates. There's the uh, uh, what is it called? The major plates, the minor plates, the micro plates, and the sub plates. They keep finding new plates because this science is relatively new, beloveds. Now, let me go back over here because I should have about 3-4 minutes left. Should have about 3-4 minutes left. I should have about 3-4 minutes left. I don't want to even read that. Let's look at this again. Sinai subplate to the left, Arabian plate to the right, own distinct plate. What do we have over here? What do we have over here? You guys might not be able to read this very well, so I'm just going to show you the picture. Mediterranean Sea, DST, Dead Sea Transform. You look at the Red Sea, Sinai subplate. Judges, there go that word again. What is it? It's its own distinct thing. The scientists have discovered the Sinai subplate. They're moving forward, and Israel sits directly on the Sinai subplate. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Hold on. Let me do this because I think I got a couple minutes left before I got to check out of here on y'all. I got to check out of here on y'all.
Seconds, brother. Seconds. It's
Seconds?
over.
Okay.
It's over.
All right. I wish I'd have got a little timer, but thank you. Thanks everybody, man. I appreciate
No,
it.
she played it. She played it.
Okay, I didn't see it because I was in the other screen. But thank you, y'all. Appreciate it.
It's all good. But listen, that was heat. That was heat. Um, man, listen. Let me say this too, right? Um, this is the I can tell. Let me tell you this right now, as a researcher, as a debater, this shit is not easy. This takes hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months of independent researchers from brothers that got regular jobs on businesses and take time out of their day to help teach and spread right knowledge and information to our people. Both of these brothers, like JJ 7000 said, drop y'all cash app. I'm hoping that we're gonna get the super chat set up soon for the Lions Den. You know, this is real scholarly information. Both of these guys came through with some serious heat. I put a comment in the chat. The topic, just to get it started, the topic is does Israel on the African tectonic plate? Enter a 1 for yes, 2 for no. This is simply for the viewing audience, nothing to do with any judging at all. This is just to collect data. Now, right now we're getting into the rapid fire 10-minute, right, Sister Karima?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start the rapid fire, but while we doing that, all the viewing audience, we lit right now tonight. We almost at 100 between YouTube and Facebook. Let's get to 100. Like, share, subscribe, share the shit. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Share it. If you broke tonight, it's cool. If you got $2, it's great. It don't matter. Love, like, share, subscribe. But right now, this is rapid fire. We're gonna go ahead, Sister Karima, set it off.
Who going first? I guess Mugabe because
No, brother Ruben
no,
can go first. I don't mind. Brother Ruben can go first because I just finished the round, so he might want to.
True. That's true.
Ruben.
Yeah, I'm good with it. And I want to ask him a question. About one of these slides. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, y'all can do that. Y'all can ask each other questions. Then after that's done, we'll take questions from the panel and from the viewing audience because it's a lot.
And I know this subject is a lot to digest because this ain't stuff that you just wake up thinking about.
Don't start this. Don't start this time till after
I know. I put 5 minutes up there, so he got 1 minute to answer the question. There's 5 questions, okay? So it's countdown on his 5 minutes of answering questions.
Right. Y'all see my screen?
Not yet. Hold on.
Y'all see the screen?
Yeah,
we see it.
All right. So according to the African Journal of Science, the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, Mugabe. Seeing how the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, explain how Israel isn't on the African tectonic plate. If the Sinai subplate, as the African Journal of Science says that it is a part of the African plate.
All right, great question, young brother. Here's the thing: the Sinai subplate is doing its own.
Let me
Can you hear me?
Let him answer. Let him answer.
Hold on. He's supposed to be cammed up with his hands in the air.
Yeah. You're supposed to be cammed up with your hands up. That's what this party. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, brother. Hold on. Give me 1 second, brother. Give me 1 second. Ah, shit. Now, hold on. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Turn this thing on. All right. Can you see me? Y'all see me? Y'all hear me? Y'all see me and hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Could
I can see you and hear you. Would you like me to repeat the question?
No. You don't have to repeat the question. I heard the question. Look, my hands are up. There's no typing, no Googling, none of that shit. Now, you're making a reference as to why that particular publication.
For the record, state the question so we heard it clear.
Okay, you're asking why does that publication place the Sinai as being a part of the African plate? I'm paraphrasing, of course.
No, I'm not asking you why does that particular journal say that, because I showed multiple journals that all state that. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to roll with the majority, you know what I'm saying? Because the majority of the journals that was brought forward says that of the African plate and not even the ones you brought separated from the African plate. So my question is, seeing how the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, explain how Israel isn't on the tectonic plate.
Well, first and foremost, Israel, the Sinai subplate is not, repeat, not a part of the African plate. It is its own distinct plate. And I specifically brought that out with the geophysical journal that stated that it's its own distinct plate. What you're guilty of right now, brother, is you're reading uh 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 old science. You're reading. Allow me to finish. I'm answering the question.
Let him
You
finish.
only got
Let him
1
finish.
minute to answer.
You gotta let him answer though.
Yeah,
You gotta let him
he
answer.
got 34 seconds. Go.
Right. What you're reading is old literature. You're reading from something that was telescopic. I'm reading from things that are microscopic. What has happened is in the last few years, plate tech science has gotten more precise. The African tectonic plate, they realize that there are other plates aside from the ones that they know, bro. And that's what this whole conversation was about.
Time.
I mean, there was a lot of conjecture, and you didn't really answer the question.
I
I'm gonna just move
literally
on to.
answered the question from the journal
No,
that I
no,
posted.
no, you
It
didn't.
don't
It's
matter.
his
He
turn.
answered.
Hold
Just
on. It's
move
his
on.
turn.
It don't matter.
Please.
Move on.
Wait,
Move on. It
I
don't
am
matter.
moving
Move on
on
to the next question.
because
Next question. You can't respond off
now
of
this
his.
is his
You,
information.
Ruben. You can't respond
All
off
right,
of his response. You can't respond
okay,
off of
let me
his
move on.
response. Let it move on.
Okay, let me move on. I mean, he did a whole lot of shit, but not answer. Okay, now that we know that the Dead Sea fault system is nearly identical to the political border between Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and Jordan, does Israel lie on the eastern or western side of this border, Mugabe?
Repeat the question. I didn't hear you. You were breaking up.
Now that we know that the Dead Sea fault system is nearly identical to the political border between Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and Jordan, does Israel lie on the eastern or western side of this border?
Wait a minute, Mugabe. Don't answer that. Wait a minute. You cannot. Wait a minute. Let me say this. That's not a proper question because you're saying now that we know, you're basing your
Okay.
question. You're basing your question off a fact that we don't know.
Right.
Ask the question simpler. That's a trick question. Ask the question simpler.
How is that a fact that we don't know? You want me to go? You want me to go back to the information that showed that the Dead Sea Fault transform is nearly
No, brother.
identical to
Just
the
ask the
political
simple
border between
question,
Lebanon,
brother.
Israel, Syria, and Jordan?
Brother, just ask the
It is
last
a
part. The
simple
last
question.
part of your question. Ask that part.
Nah,
Don't start it.
because
Don't start. Don't start it.
Hold on,
I mean,
Consul.
You
but
can't
Ask
start it by
Consul.
saying we know this for a fact.
No, Consul. Let him
All right.
answer the question the way he want to answer it, please. Okay.
Okay.
And then
so
King Naga, you sound a little muff.
yeah,
So
I'm just
come.
trying to keep it scholarly, man.
Yeah, I
Scholarly.
understand, but it be fair to let him answer. He got a right to not answer the question if
I
he
mean,
wants to.
it's a scholarly question. So again, Mugabe. Now that we know that the Dead Sea Fault system is nearly identical to the political border between Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and Jordan, does Israel lie on the border?
Some scholars say that Israel lies smack dab on the fault and don't make a distinction on which side of the fault Israel lies on. Most contemporary geologists, people that are in the field doing the work about earthquakes, doing the work about minerals in the ground, doing the work about different things in that area, they are adamantly saying that Israel, the nation state that we know, lies to west of the DSF, the Dead Sea Fault. And west of the DSF is the Sinai subplate, which is its
We
own
both agree on that,
distinct
but what you don't
fault.
realize,
Next question, sir.
that's where we disagree because it's a subplate.
How much more
It's a
time of
subplate,
rap
not a
time?
plate. Okay, what is the main difference between the San Andreas fault and the Dead Sea faults, and difference, how does this difference relate to the debate topic?
Well, I'm not understanding the context of your question. I'm familiar with the San Andreas
Would you
fault.
like me to
Let
repeat it?
No, you don't.
What is the main difference between the San Andreas Fault and the Dead Sea Fault, and how does this difference relate to the debate topic?
I have no idea where you're going with that question, so I can't answer it. All I can do is tell you what I know about each fault. I can't tell you what how you feel the main difference is. I can tell you that the San Andreas fault, great question by the way. I can tell you that the San Andreas fault uh lies on the out my side of the San Andreas fault. The Los Angeles side of the San Andreas fault lies on the Pacific tectonic plate, meaning that if we were going by plate tectonics, Los Angeles would not even be considered part of North America, because on the other side of the San Andreas tectonic plate it's called the North American tectonic plate. And I know that if you were to go north to San Francisco lies east of the San Andreas fault, so it's considered on the North American tectonic plate. So again, you got two cities in the same state. No, that ain't time. That wasn't 1 minute. You got two cities in the same
Now
state.
you're arguing with the timekeeper.
That was 1 minute, and don't do that. That was 1 minute.
And you danced all around the question. You did ask.
Now it's time for Mudiwa to ask.
I don't know if you understood.
Mudiwa, it's time for you to question him now, Mudiwa.
No, wait, yeah. I already asked him what, 2 questions?
No, that's it.
No, no, that's 4 questions. He got one more question to ask.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you understood that question. So for my 5th question, I'm going to ask you that question again, Mugabe.
This is your 4th.
What's the main difference between the San Andreas fault and the Dead Sea fault, and how does this
can't ask the same question twice. You cannot ask the same question twice.
My answer doesn't change, bro.
Okay,
that's why I say you can't answer the same question twice. Come on, ask another question, brother.
That's it. He's done.
Right, so you're gonna go with no answer on it. All right. So my last question then. My last question, since y'all want to strike that one, is this. Y'all just struck a question. You don't want to entertain it. So here's my last question.
I said my answer is the same question.
Why isn't the Sinai? Why isn't the Sinai subplate called the Sinai plate, rather the subplate? And what is it a subplate of?
Well, can you repeat the question? You were breaking up.
The Sinai subplate is a subplate of what tectonic plate?
The Sinai subplate is its own distinct plate. Plate tectonics is based on the square mileage of the plate. The African plate, the North American plate, those are huge plates. So they call those major plates. The Somali plate, which takes off damn near a quarter of Africa, it's not as big as the major plates. They call those minor plates because of the size of the square mile or the square kilometers. They also have what they call minor plates, which means that the square mileage gets even smaller. And they also have micro plates, which means that the square mileage gets even more smaller, sir. This is why I said, in no uncertain terms, you're looking at this through a telescope, and I'm looking at this through a microscope. That was your last question, sir. Have a good day.
Sound good. That sounds good. That sounds good. Let's start around questions. Come on, let's go.
Now, are you ready to answer some questions, timekeeper? Are you ready? I like the mask.
You ready? You ready, Mugabe?
Yes. Now, my first question to you, good brother Ruben. If we see that the Sinai plate is divergent from the African plate, how then can you say that the Sinai plate is a part of the African plate?
For a number of reasons. For one, because that land is still connected north of the Suez man-made ditch. And number two, it is a subplate, or if it was its own plate, it would be the Sinai plate, as you tried to say before you asked that question. It is the Sinai subplate, and it is a subplate of the African plate. According to multiple scientific journals dealing with geology, according to the African Journal of Earth Sciences, is a subplate of the African plate.
Sounded a little choppy, Ruben. Can you restate that, please?
Give him another minute to freestyle that answer. He broke up.
Okay, I'm gonna restate that. To answer this
Oh, it
question,
might be that.
how is the
Okay,
South
okay.
plate a part of the African plate? Because it is still connected by a piece of land north of the Suez
That was
Canal,
not
which
the
is a
question.
man-made
That was
ditch.
not the question. That was not the question.
That was the
Okay,
question.
can you restate
That
the
was
question,
well,
Mudiwa? Okay, hold on.
restate the question.
Restate the question, brother.
I said, we know that the Sinai subplate is divergent from the African plate. Therefore, how do you reconcile that? And how can you say that they are one and the same if one plate is divergent from the other?
Again, because the Sinai plate is connected to the African plate north of the Suez man-made canal that you keep harping on. The Suez Canal does not separate continents, and the Sinai subplate, according to multiple scientific journals coming from the likes of the African Journal of Earth Sciences, which geology is, says that the Sinai subplate is a subplate of the African tectonic plate. Next question.
Using that logic that you just presented, we also know that the Somalian plate is divergent from the rest of the African plate. But using your logic, the Somalian plate should still be a part of the African plate because even though it's divergent, it should still be a part
Is
of.
this a question?
Explain that, sir.
Well, first of all, sir, yes, the Somali plate is diverging away from the
Hey,
African
Ruben, you might want to take that mask off, Ruben.
is
It sounded a
Africa, and
little muffled,
Somalia
brother.
is
Ruben, you might want to
huh?
uplift your mask a little bit. It sounded a little muffled. That might be what it is. Just lift your mask up a little
What?
bit. Okay.
Put your hands where my eyes can see. There you go.
Okay, so the Somalian plate
Yeah, that's
is
better.
divergent away from the continent, but that has nothing to do with the Sinai subplate because the Somalian plate is still a subplate of the African plate. You know what I'm saying? It's still considered a subplate of the African plate. This is what Mugabe tries to avoid. It's called the subplate for a reason, Mugabe, and that's kind of like a straw man question because we're not discussing the Somalia plate. But I'm gonna state it again: the Sinai subplate is part of the plate, and Somalia is an African nation, regardless if it's on the divergent plate or not.
Okay, so you're so now let me
Next question.
this is what this is way too easy. Thank you, bro. Now if my next question is rather simple. Is is the cyanide subplate convergent, divergent, or transformative in regards to the Arabian plate? Uh-oh.
In regards with the Arabian plate, you're talking about a divergent plate boundary, sir, because they are moving north to south and not east to west, like you insinuated. And if you did your due diligence on said plate boundary, then you would have knew that it was a divergent plate moving northeast. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the Arabian plate is moving at a faster rate to the northeast. Therefore, it's moving farther away from the Sinai subplate is again a part of the African plate. Sir. Next question.
Okay, great. Now, but now that every listening person knows that you really don't comprehend the information because the the cyanide tectonic plate is convergent with the Arabian plate, meaning it's moving toward the Arabian plate, and divergent with the African plate, meaning it's moving away from the African plate. I don't think that there's any other questions that I need to ask you. Oh, maybe except one. Maybe except one.
Brother. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
My
You don't want
last
to use all five of your questions. Hold on, real quick.
I would ask you to.
Hold up, man. The
I would
host
ask
speaking,
you to
please.
back that up.
Hold up,
I would ask you
please.
to back up.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Damn. Can you, when I say hold up, can you just hold your
Right, he
thought?
made a
I'm not trying
statement,
to be
so I
rude.
just.
Hold up. I'm asking. I'm saying, Mudiwa, you might want to use all five of your questions, bro, because the judges look at that. Go ahead.
Brother. I am quite sure. Let the clock run. It's 2 minutes left. It's two. Let me run my 2 minutes. Start the clock, Kareem. I got 2 minutes left to ask this question. So
No, you can. You got long.
You got 1 minute
answer.
per question.
No, he got 1 minute to respond. This clock is for Ruben, so just go.
he got 2 minutes to answer.
No, he got 1 minute to answer. So you have two questions left.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'll save it for one. Now, as your brother, my next question is: are you going to continue to spread unintentional false information to the people, or are you going to go into the lab, do some more studying, and give a public apology for misleading the people about this topic?
This.
First of all, those are all false accusations. I brought scientific journals that were as old as 2018. If you're calling 2018 outdated, then you might as well throw away any scientific journal that you find. And it is not me that needs to apologize to the people for bringing faulty information, because they could clearly see and see what we brought forward, and not what you brought forward. Distinction between the Sinai subplate and the African plate. Even though it's a distinct geological formation, it is still attached to the African plate. Now, your question about whether or not I'm going to apologize and assumptions and statements that are totally false and erroneous of the information, I would ask you to come forward with the sources to back up those statements that you elaborated on after you was asking your questions, because there was total logical fallacies. I mean,
the Sinai subplate is a part of the African plate, and that's the end of that. And
That's your
the fact
time.
that the Arabian plate and the African plate are a divergent boundary.
Time.
Mugabe. That's a fact.
All right, Mudiwa, can you squeeze one more question in, or you done?
Yeah, my last question is my last question to the brother is how do I phrase this? Let me say this. I know you were not intentionally everything you said tonight, it was not intentionally to mislead the people. I know you were earnest in the things you did. You were earnest in the things you said. You wholeheartedly believed the information that you presented. It's not like you were intentionally, like some of the people to be in these things, they intentionally mislead the people. That was not your intention. And I respect you for that. And I applaud you for that. And I don't want nobody to ever think that about you. Now, I said that to say, Brother Ruben, uh, after this is all said and done, are you going to take a little extra time and at least do your due diligence and research the things that I presented?
Unmute your mic,
Obviously,
champ.
I did my due diligence for the things you presented confirmed my whole presentation. You showed that Israel was on the Sinai and part of the African plate, therefore making Israel a part of the African tectonic plate. Because again, the Sinai subplate is a subplate for a reason. That's because it is a subplate of the African plate. So it is you who need to do your due diligence, because the best you could do was prove all the information I brought out correctly by only placing Israel on the Sinai subplate, which again is a part of the African plate, Mugabe, according to scientific journals. This is not what Ruben is saying. This is what geologists are saying, Mugabe. And no, the information ain't outdated. The oldest one was from 2018 in my fighter jet.
Time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all took notes. Wrote it down, took a picture. Because guess what? It's time for the judges to let everybody know what they got out of it. I just want to congratulate both of y'all with bringing out some great information. I love it when Ruben does his debates, because it's not the normal debates. Like, it's not a biblical debate. He always have all these different topics. So that's pretty cool. So Lions Den is just not a biblical debate platform. Everybody from all walks of life can come and get it in. So now it's up to the judges right now. We're going to start with Black Jesus Minister balling and crawling all the way from Houston, Texas. The HOK champ is in the building. Go ahead, family.
Again, congratulations to both debaters. Both of you brothers gave great presentations. I have to say that at looking at the information on the internet, before you guys got started and even while you guys were debating, I was never, I never really knew that there was this much of a contention between Israel on what plate Israel was on. And clearly, when you go through the internet, and I didn't go extensively because I didn't have time to do that. I had to listen to the debate, and I paid close attention to the information that was presented. But when I did go through the internet, clearly there is argument for Israel being on the Arab. What was okay? One is called the African plate, and what's the other one called? Somebody help me out.
Yeah, you can say the Arab side.
Arabian.
Yeah.
I saw arguments and I saw maps. I saw arguments on articles and different websites and maps. If y'all simply go to the maps and Google African tectonic plates, the lines are going to be a little bit different when it comes to the area It's not the same on all the maps. So there's definitely ongoing arguments or positions regarding this issue. All right. And I was about to say, well, damn, I might have to call this one down the damn middle. You know what I'm saying? Because but there was a piece of evidence that I think powerful evidence that was presented by one of the debaters that I think was very powerful, that made me lean on his side.
Okay.
And that piece of evidence was the seismographic activity. The seismographic activity map, and it showed the intensity of seismographic activities.
Seismographic activity. You see what I'm talking about? The Lions did we coming with the seismographic scales. Go ahead, Black Jesus.
And when you follow the densest part from north to south, clearly you can see a line in that map. And as Brother Ruben stated, as that map shows, now I would have to say that the argument would have to be about that map. Is that map legitimate? I don't know, but I didn't see my other brother, attack that map. I didn't see him attack that map. But to me, that was the most powerful evidence to make me lean on the side of Brother Ruben in regards to this seismographic map and the seismographic activity. When y'all go back and look at that, he presented it in the first round. He talked about it a little bit again. He showed it again somewhat in the second round. But that's what convinced me, because on that most intensive part of that seismographic activity, clearly Israel was on the left-hand side. And that would indicate, that line of seismographic activity would indicate that that's where the fault line is, where the plates meet up at. So shout out to Brother Ruben for that seismographic activity map, brother.
Seismographic activity.
That's what caused
the dead man.
Lean in on your favor.
Hey, cuz, what you know about that?
Brother Mudiwa, great argument, brother. Great fight, brother. Brother Mudiwa.
Already, cause man.
Right. Go ahead, Kansu. I forgot you was supposed to be doing it. It's my fault. Go ahead, brother. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next judge. We got one vote for King Naga. The commission is up. Go ahead, commission, adapt here in front. Let us know what you think about the situation.
Yes, sir. And I would actually, because I was looking at what our brother was saying, I want to give honors to both of these brothers, man. Y'all brothers represented. But I want to share my screen based on their information, because I want the audience to be able to see why I made the decision I made. It ain't a long measure. I'm going to go through it quickly, and I want y'all to see what I heard from these two brothers. Watch this. And that way they can't say, well, he said this and he going, no, brother, I'm going strictly off the information. So this is what I took in my notes. I listened to both of you brothers, and both of you brothers made some strong, powerful arguments. Ruben, you did a powerful measure. Brother Mudiwa did a powerful measure too. But the question is Israel on the African tectonic plate, right? And so as we can see here, this is most of what we had seen being demonstrated by our brothers, right? We see Israel up here, Sinai here, Egypt here, and most of the time the plate line here in this area is what we're talking about. We heard our brothers just speak on the seismonic activity, but we're going to go into another portion of this here. What country sits on the African tectonic plate? That's the question I had to first ask. The sea was Israel there. And it tells us, if you look this up, Africa, it actually tells you it's North Africa, forming the northern margin of the African plate, comprising of the countries of Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt. Now, you can look this up yourself. Now, I'm going to show you what our brothers showed us. But I want to get into one master word here, boundary. In the plates. Now, boundary is something that indicates bounds or limits. You see, we're going to look at this thing as it is. Now, if you look at this particular mapping here with the activity, that's the divergent plate boundary, convergent plate boundary, transform plate boundary. Now, if you look at what the brother Mudiwa was speaking of when he spoke on the divergent plate boundary, and you go over here into the African area, let me blow that up. You will see right here, that's that divergent activity where he's talking about one moving in direction this way and the other moving in the other direction. So they're moving away from each other. Now, this is the African plate. Now, remember, the subject title is Israel right here on the African tectonic plate. All right. So when I come here, I pull our brother brother Reuben's map up, because we want to give both of these brothers the benefit of the doubt. I pulled up each one of their arguments in their map. So when we go here and we click, I want y'all to see where I got this from, so our family know where we got it from. I didn't just make this up. So we're gonna go to the actual site that deals with Reuben's information, right? And the same map he put up here. This is one of the maps you use right here, beloved brother. But I'm just going right here. Listen to what it says about this. It says generalized plate boundaries. It says red lines are spreading boundaries. It says where new crust is generated as plates move away from one another. This is the red line. That's that divergent plate activity. You see that the brother Mudiwa talking about moving away. Now, this is the Arabian plate that our brother Black Jesus was talking about. This is the African plate. So is Israel on the African plate? See, this is it. Now, when we come here to this particular drawing, our brother Mudiwa's map that he put up here, he made the argument about the divergent plate. See, same direction. So I'm doing my own research, and my own research before he's saying it, he confirming what I already did research. I'm researching this stuff before we go into it. Here's another map right here showing the divergence between the two. That's the Arabian plate. That's the African plate. So we're trying to prove that Israel is on the African plate. So that means Israel would have to be somewhere in this region. Now, these are boundary lines here. And so you can't confuse the boundary, with being united, because the boundary line run all the way up here through this area here, you see? So Israel would have to be on the African plate, okay? And this is the last little thing in coming to the conclusion and what I have to say. Here's another measure right here showing some of the maps that I seen the brothers put here, because I asked the question to the computer, where's Israel situated? Is it situated in Africa? You say Israel is situated along the border between the tectonic plate and the Arabian tectonic plate. It says in the border between these two plates are part of the Great Rift Valley. Mudiwa emphasized that strongly, that it was between. Between and on is two different things, fam. I'm going by what the information is saying. And if you want to know the source is right here. You see, we're going off information. We ain't going off of what we feel. It says Israel is situated along the border between the African tectonic plate and the Arabian tectonic plate. It says the border between these two plates forms a part of the Great Rift Valley. So the Great Rift Valley is where the unity is, but they are still two different aspects. So when you talk about the subplate, that's just like if I say a sub-Saharan Africa as opposed to Saharan. A lot of people would think, well, sub-Saharan and Saharan should be a part of each other because they're part of the same thing, but they would tell you the sub-Saharan Africans are situated below. You see, even though you hear Saharan in there, it don't mean that necessarily people looking at these things together. But that's neither here nor there. So this is what I was looking at here, and this is the last slide. In the first round, our beloved brother Reuben said that, this demonstration behaved like the African plate. But behaving like the African plate doesn't necessarily make it the African plate. Brother Mugabe in rebuttal stated between the Arabian Sinai subplate and Sinai subplate, right? When he mentioned that in the African plate part himself, subplate of the Sinai is not the African plate. It's the sub, and he emphasized, that's what Mudiwa was emphasizing. And then in the second round, it says the sub plate is a part of the African plate, but it's not the sub plate. This is what our brother Ruben was saying. Mugabe came back and kept emphasizing now the boundary line and the divergent plate activity in the Sinai sub plate being its own plate. And that's where I believe brother Mugabe got the upper hand of our brother at. So the question is Israel a part of the African Teutonic plate? I didn't answer this question. This is, if you type it in, this is the answer you're going to get. Israel is not on the African plate, but it is western edge of the Arabian plate at its boundary with the African plate. This boundary is called the Great Rift Valley, the world's most extensive geological fault. So I would have to give it to our beloved brother based on this information, Mugabe.
All right. And you know, in the Lions Den, there's always some goddamn controversy. We got a draw. So y'all know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You know what that means. We going to the poll. The poll will be a 24-hour poll. Karina, is there any way we can place the poll? Where can everybody find this poll?
On the YouTube, I guess, posts.
Anybody have any problem finding it there? Is it because that's the only place that the poll can go?
On Facebook.
We say, Kansu?
Is it on Facebook, poll?
No, it's gonna be on here. It's gonna be like when you come on this channel, you're gonna see it on the feed, the news feed for here.
Okay.
Do everybody know how to find that? Will everybody be okay with navigating? Is pretty easy, right? Once you go to
question, I have questions for both leaders. Who's next?
Okay, hold up, Consul. I'm just letting everybody know what they need to do real quick. Then you, like I say, it's a draw. I wish we would have had three judges to make the decision, but we couldn't come to that conclusion. We didn't.
No, I just have questions. I'm not judging. I have questions for each debate.
Brother, I get that. But just let me do my part real quick, and y'all can ask all the questions you want.
10-4, my
People need to know where they can go vote.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
So, like I say, I guess if you tap into the Lions Den, right, Karima? And then
when you come on the channel, the first videos that's up there, usually the post and the first video, y'all know how to find Shanetta, so it ain't gonna be hard to find ours, okay? Like at the end of the day.
All right. Man, okay, so both debaters, constantly want to ask you guys both a question. The polls, it'd be 24 hours. Is that enough time for everybody to go vote? Because I think 4 days is kind of extensive, right?
I agree.
24 hours. We'll say 10 o'clock. It's 9:19. I give you a 24 hours and 45 minutes, 42. You know what I'm saying? So 10 o'clock tomorrow, my time, which is we'll do Eastern. Make it. What time is on the East Coast right now, y'all? 11. Yeah, 11 o'clock Eastern. The polls will close. Y'all cool with that, Ruben? Mudiwa?
Man, it is what it is, man.
No problem, boss. No problem, boss.
I'm saying, what am I supposed to do?
No problem.
Y'all do like Debo and Red and share the belt? I mean, what? I gotta do something.
It's not over. Let's finish it. It's not over. Let's finish it.
It is. Not over. It is over. But if you want to ask questions, it's over as far as this.
No, the polls. At the polls, you're gonna give them 24-hour polls. So people have time to vote.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead, Kansu. Anybody else want to ask questions on the panel? Go ahead.
All right. So here's my question. This is Brother Kansu. My brother was an atheist. I'm not an atheist. Brother Ruben is a Nagger world, whatever. I don't know how he is, but I'm not that either. So I'm biased. Is my point, right? So I have unbiased questions for both debaters, which I think did a fucking marvelous job tonight. slides, presentations, quotes, sources. I mean, just top scholarship over here. So hell, I'm hey, I'm sitting back taking notes, JJ. But let me say peace out to, and let me say shout out to brother Black Jesus Minister, everybody on the panel, and commission, and everybody that's giving honest, unbiased opinions. I like how he presented his slides, showing that he wasn't just picking one side; he was actually cross-referencing, researching what these guys talking about. Anyway, my question, I have two questions, one for each debater. My first question is for brother Mudiwa Mugabe. Um, when you are presented with that question, does Israel sit on the African tectonic plate? Do you interpret that as being as is Israel in Africa?
To answer
And
to answer
and if so, yeah, and if so, how do you feel about that?
I think that a tectonic plate does not confirm nor deny whether or not a country resides on a specific continent. That's the first
Well,
thing. I
right,
think that when we're talking about tectonic plates, we're talking about the earth crust, the lithosphere. And when we're talking about the lithosphere, we're talking about something that's beneath the earth. So my main premise for being here and doing this was because a lot of people preference they let me rephrase that. A lot of people say Israel is Northeast Africa. And how do we know this? Because it sits on the African tectonic plate. I don't make that argument. I know that that argument is completely fallacious. And then they go into another argument about
repeat that, Muda, while you broke up.
I don't subscribe to the ideology of saying that Israel is Northeast Africa because it sits on the African tectonic plate. Even if it did sit on the African tectonic plate, which it does not, it sits on the Sinai subplate. Even if it did, that does not by default make Israel part of Africa. They could have named the plate anything. It could have been the paper plate. It could have been the dinner plate. It could have been the South American lip plate. Do you understand what I'm saying, brother?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I appreciate that response. That was a wonderful response. All right, my next question is to brother Ruben. Brother Ruben, you ready? Brother Ruben, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You dropped out. You dropped out. What you
Okay.
you can
All
hear
right.
me?
My last question to brother. My next question, last question. All right, I got one to each. To brother Ruben is, according to when I say ancient Africans, I mean I'm talking about the ancient Kemetiu or the ancient Nehisu, Egyptians, Nubians, whatever you want to call them. According to them, right, was the people of what you call Israel, were they natives to Africa or foreigners to Africa?
I don't see what that has to do with the topic because the topic ain't about people. It's
Question,
about
it has to do with it,
geology
and it's
and
a
plate
question.
tectonics.
It has to do with it, but it's just a question.
what does the people have to do with the land? We're debating the land, not the
Because
people.
because if you're saying that the people of the land, right, was saying this or had this geographical boundary,
I didn't
and that the
mention
people
people
of this
nowhere in
other
the
land had another
conversation.
geographical boundary, then my question is, according to them people themselves, what did they say about it?
This debate ain't about the people or what the people said. This is about tectonic plates and the fact that most
Okay,
of the
fine.
Earth's seismic
Okay,
I
activity
hear
okay,
is
you. I
Council.
hear
areas
you.
where tectonic plates meet.
Council.
That,
All right, hold on, Council. He
that's
answered.
not that and
So,
that seismic activity isn't between Africa and the Sinai Peninsula or the Sinai subplate. That seismic activity is between that and the Arabian plate, which is why it's a subplate to begin with.
Okay, well, can I replace that with a better question that'll fit the
but
geographical thing?
you gotta hold up because brother Apostle, you said you only want
Absolutely.
one.
Okay, all right,
So let
okay,
Apostle get in. And
okay, cool.
Yeah, I just want to say to Council right quick. You got Ethiopians on both sides of the Red Sea, and they're both considered Africans, even though one is in Arabia and the other one is on Africa. So that one on Arabia does not consider themselves to be Arabians. They're still Africans, even though they're on the side of that Red Sea, which is called the Sinai Peninsula. So King Naga is right about that. Landmass does not necessarily what they're talking about is landmass and not people. But I do understand what you're saying because people determines landmass as well. Only way we know who we are is by the land we come from. Okay. My question was like similar to both of them, dealing with that same boundary. I do now understand why Mugabe did not want me. I understand now. It's like why he don't want me. I'm like, I don't understand because really I don't know the philosophy of either guy. I just met y'all a couple of months ago and really haven't established what is your initial preference is. So I couldn't figure out what he could. What?
well, wait, Apostle, ain't you college educated, ain't you? Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
So
talk about your
yeah,
degrees, brother. What you got over there?
I got a BS. I'm in a doctorate program.
I
Uh,
mean,
yeah. So
and
I
that's
mean,
what he requested for me to bring those type of people. So I don't understand what I did wrong.
I
Black Jesus,
understand.
hold up,
No, you
hold
didn't
up.
do nothing
Black
wrong.
Jesus, don't you got some kind of degree too, don't you, Black Jesus? Black Jesus, he might
Yeah,
have
I have.
stepped.
Yeah, I do have a master's degree in education. Yes, sir.
Now
Yeah,
see, now look at that. See,
yeah. Mine's in biblical affairs. So
so I mean,
and
Chaperone, I did
teaching
all I
biblical
could
medicine.
do, and then Kamisha's very, very educated. I don't know if he went to college, but he's self-taught.
Yeah.
You know, so
But
I
I
brought some.
understand, JJ. Let me state
Yeah,
this, man. I
go ahead,
understand
family.
why.
Go ahead, champ.
Because people have heard me on the show. I have stated over and over in behalf of defending the continent of Africa.
What's the question?
What?
Hold on, Consul.
What's your
Go ahead, champ.
question? Question time.
Consul, the debate's over. Let him do his take on what he experienced watching it or
I
whatever.
was supposed to be a judge. I was not allowed to be a judge, and now I understand why. But even though I wasn't allowed to be a judge, I still took notes
Go
because
ahead.
I do that. Okay? Now, you might not like what I just said about what your question was. So now you want to put me on a point. But I just want to state why I understand why he don't want me as a judge. But he just fucked up. Previously, I have stated on these airs in defense of the continent of Africa that Israel is on the continental plateau of Africa. How do I know that? Because there's a sign right there in Israel that says that is on the continental plateau of Africa. It was pointed out by another brother that lives over there when they interviewed those brothers from Chicago that are over there. They walked to the plate and they showed it. So I was always underneath the belief that is that. That's continental plate of Africa. Now, my question for both of them was basically the same, but trying to bring out about Sinai. If Sinai is not part of Africa, the Sinai Peninsula, and if it's not part of Arabia, then what is it? Now, we all know in Germany, I can't remember what year it was or recall what they call that, but they got together and carved up Africa and its boundaries without laying foot on the continent. They divided it, they carved the boundaries, they developed the states, and because of that, we know millions of people lost their lives in Uganda. The Tutsis and the because because of the way they divided, they took the same people and divided them, and millions died. They did the same thing. They went over there, they created a boundary in Asia between Asia and Africa, and they called it Asia Minor because they knew they couldn't call it Asia. But they didn't want to call it Africa either. And they did the same because Mugabe said it today with Egypt. They divided Egypt because they wouldn't allow Russia to have that to themselves. What I mean, Russia claims territory in Europe and in Asia when they became the Soviet Union. But this was done due to warfare and lands that were conquered. But there's no such thing as the Soviet Union anymore. Correct?
Correct.
Black Jesus made some good points. And what was the reason why he came to the conclusion that he came to? And I'll be goddamn if Commission didn't do the same thing.
It was a tight one. You can get information on both sides, man.
So where was I going to come with this? Without hearing Commission's argument, I would have came down on the side of King Naga. Based on my prior information, that Israel is on the continental plateau of Africa. And I'm an African. And I'm an Israelite, unopposed to most Israelites. Like those in the camps, they don't believe they Africans. I'm an African. My mother is an African, LG3E5, E3, L5, whatever that is. My father is. I am 26, which is the missing link of A1B1A. Okay?
All right.
So
can I brother JJ?
After commission, right now, honestly, it's not Naga, it's not Mugabe, it was Black Jesus, and it was Commission. I need to rethink my thought. I need to rethink my position.
It's a hard one to judge, bro. That's why
That's
it's a
right.
draw.
I need
And
to
to be
take my position.
yeah,
But this
because
brother
I haven't,
assumed that
brother
I was going
JJ.
to be automatically against them.
Let me
And
let me
I
see.
would
The
have brought it down
reason
to a
brought
draw.
out was right,
let
but
me
what he
ask
didn't
both of the
show
debaters
y'all
something
is
real quick.
the
Let me
divergence between
let me
Israel and Jordan, and
Brother JJ.
yeah.
not
Hold up,
Sinai.
y'all. Hold up. We don't want to speak over each other. Let me just say this real quick. Do y'all feel like y'all want to go at it in a different topic? Do y'all really want to lead this up to the polls? I mean, it was a draw right here.
I wouldn't leave it up to the polls.
I don't really want to do it
But
like
can
that
I,
neither, man.
but brother JJ,
Consul, go ahead, brother.
I
Well,
didn't get it.
hey,
I need notice. I asked two
well,
questions. Hold on,
wait.
please. Notice I asked two equal questions to both debaters. I did not pass judgment. The other guys did, right?
Go. Yeah.
Right or wrong? All right. With all due fairness, I have to give my judgment now that the commission gave his judgment, which I honor.
Well,
The
Commission was a
elder,
judge. Commission Black Jesus was a judge.
absolutely, and I honor their judgments, and I honor apostles' judgment. I honor all
Go
that,
ahead, brother. Go
and I
ahead.
just want to say it'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
He
I,
Go
didn't.
ahead. Give
I
your
He
asked,
judgment,
voted
brother.
for commission, and you voted for the
hold,
judge.
hold on, brother, please. It's not that
It don't
serious,
even
brother.
matter who he voted for, Ruben. It don't matter who.
Honor
Hold up, real
every.
quick. It don't matter. Hold up,
What
hold up.
comments
It
don't
don't
matter?
matter. Come on, y'all, hear me talking, man. Why y'all do this shit? It don't matter what Consul says. The two judges have made it a draw, and I think y'all should come to
That's
the
right.
table and come to another topic. It was a great a draw is cool too, man.
I agree.
I don't want to
That's
leave it
right.
up to the pros like that. Do you Mudiwa? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I mean,
I don't want to do that.
I can piggyback off
I
of
just want
that.
to say I just want to say my
I
last
can
two
piggyback
pieces,
off of
and I'm out.
Go ahead,
the
Consul.
same topic. Is the Sinai subject a
And
subject Africa?
right,
Y'all
that's
might
the
need to come up
topic.
with
And I'm
something.
gonna give
There we go,
2
right there.
minutes, and I'm out. I'm gonna give
Go
2
ahead,
minutes to this,
Consul.
and I'm out.
Go ahead, Consul.
And I want to read from.
Oh, he broke up. Was that me? Can y'all hear me or is it him?
No, it's him.
Yeah, he fell
The
off
Most
too.
High
So
don't want to hear that
He broke
nonsense,
up.
nigga. He done sent them to the planet risk.
But
But
goddamn, both
Consul will be
debaters
back.
did great. Both debaters did great. Both
Right,
judges did great.
right.
Y'all think it's
I
a
never
shame to
even
leave it up
heard
at the draw.
Ruben mention the Great Rift Valley at all. So I vote for Mudiwa. Ruben lost.
Yeah, I'm a. Hey, yeah, I'm a.
Well, we now see we know you are Ruben.
Trying to say
Yeah, so that okay.
That's not true. I
The
hate
timekeeper,
Mudiwa. I
the
hate atheists.
the timekeeper, the host, and the moderator do not judge. Okay, we are not P Diddy over here. We don't dance in the video. We don't sing in the video. We don't do none of that. Okay, so it is what it is.
No, Consul vote don't count. It's just after the debaters
That's
know
just my
that it was a.
opinion. That's from a source. I read that from a source. That's my opinion. That's not a
Uh,
judge. It's my
well, I know
opinion.
you want
That's
to
it.
debate King. I get it, brother. I mean,
I
you'll
won't
be in the
never
tournament.
debate King Naga again. He's delusional.
that. It's like he still heard the
So King Naga, you might have
Ruben
did good by not having
Ruben. I gave
Consul
him
as
a
your
couple of
judge.
years
Hey,
ago. He
King
still
Naga.
heard about that.
I read that
Mugabe,
from a source. That was not my own shit.
I'm telling you. King
Hallelujah.
Nog ain't
And
no
they
fool,
turn.
JJ. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I
And
ain't either.
Yashab Ben
So
Ezra
listen,
said Consul not just here moderator. I ain't no moderator. I'm a debater. I'm a
no,
debater
you was just hosting
and a
for me tonight.
researcher.
That's all. He was just trying to be a fair host and moderator. He kind of
Well,
he
That's
both
supposed to
right,
just
sides.
host.
exactly.
Check
I'm
this
You
not
out. Check
judging.
this
I'm
out,
just
Consul.
moderating. I'm not
Check
judging.
this
I'm just
out.
giving my 2 cents.
Since,
that's it.
since
After
I
the debate,
still
that's what
hold the
we.
title,
Yeah, you still got the title, bro.
then
I
you
mean,
and
it's a draw.
Yeah, it was a
Mugabe
good
can step in
debate.
the ring on that title that I just mentioned. You know what
Hold
I'm
on,
saying?
somebody else
And
want.
y'all
Man, I forgot Corey was here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold up
man.
to Corey. Hey, King Naga.
I just
Yeah,
Go ahead, King Naga. And after you, Ruben, Corey want to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead, King Naga. Finish your thought, and then Corey wants to say something.
Right. If it was ruled with the draw, you know what I'm saying? We can narrow this. We can narrow this topic. That's just, the judges was undecided, and it came down to a draw. So simply, is the Sinai subplate a subplate of African plate? And Consul, you could join forces with Mugabe, and both of y'all gonna take a L on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the challenge that I extend to y'all because of the ruling being a draw. You know what I'm saying? Either both of you or Mugabe with a mandatory rematch. You know what I'm saying? Is the Sinai subplate a part of African tectonic plate? Is the Sinai subplate a subplate of the African plate? Because your guy saying it's not, but no science says. You know what I'm saying?
All science is saying it is, bro. All science, all contemporary science is saying that the Sinai subplate is its own distinctive plate. There's no argument.
I brought multiple scientists that all say it's a part of that plate. You say it's not a part of that plate.
Like I said in the debate, I heard everybody speak. I didn't get a chance to speak at all. I was being respectful of everybody. The judge's decision. Okay, let me finish, bro. Like, I was respectful of the judge's decision. I was respectful of the way it was trying to be rigged. I was
being respectful and
whoa, wait. God damn, man. Are you serious? Wait a minute.
Rig where?
Rig where?
I'm gonna say this, and and I stand on my square.
It's like the brother jumped in while I was talking.
You see what? Man. Let him say what. How is it rigged, bro?
I didn't. I said it was attempted to be rigged.
No, it wasn't no attempt. Nothing.
Listen, can I finish?
But no, because you already started off wrong. Because I picked the goddamn judges, so you making accusations to me.
May I finish though, bro? May I finish?
Bro. First, you need to take the attempted out of it, bro.
You're not even.
I specifically said. I specifically said, JJ, you know, in the panel, you can finish, bro.
Hold on. Be quiet. Hold on for 1 second. I gotta clear my name, man. Because this is why I don't like fucking with you niggas. Ruben, come on, bro. He calling me. He accusing me of rigging so he can try to pump up some other debate leagues. So go ahead, let me hear it.
Mute Ruben.
Nah, man. I want you. Go ahead, bro. Let me hear this. Now I ain't trying to throw salt over here, bro.
I ain't trying to throw salt. I'm literally reiterating what I said. Bro, why? Mute Ruben, please. Mute Ruben.
We not. Bro, listen. No, Ruben. He
I can't speak. I can't speak.
On the panel, JJ got a rig my favor. Is that what you said?
I was sitting here quiet the whole time post debate, didn't say anything. But now, as soon as I want to speak, people want to speak.
Yeah, just like you were sitting there for 2 hours. Hold on, just like you were sitting there for 2 hours in the back chat. Hold on, let me make this clear to the audience. Okay, when JJ was rounding up these judges, we stayed 2 hours in this StreamYard back chat waiting on Mugabe to fix his stuff. He knew what judges was coming. He had 2 hours to make a complaint about Apostle because we made it clear that Apostle was going to be a judge. He made it clear of who the judges was, Apostle, and it was 2 hours. We stayed 2 hours. Matter of fact, it was more that I stayed waiting on the debaters. When Mugabe came up in here, it was JJ, and JJ came up in here and he told everybody that he was going out to send Apostle, Black Minister, and Commission D-Link to be judges. We stood there and waited 2 hours. Mugabe came in and out. He heard it just like anybody else. So I'm not here. I ain't let nobody speak on nothing, because for the simple fact that you should have said something them 2 hours that we sit here and waited for these judges to come. Now you could have been like, oh, JJ, I don't want him. Now you sitting there talking about, oh, I don't want an Israelite. But let's make it very clear. Black Jesus Minister is an active Israelite, including other things. So let's not be biased on who we using to be the judge. Commission rocks with Israelites, and he do agree with some of the things the Israelites teach. So y'all need to stop this shit.
Hold on, let me make it clear real quick. All right, now Commission is a Kemetic, but he also he deals with Moors, he deals with Israelites. Black Jesus said he's an Israelite, he's a Christian, he's Voodoo, he's everything. And then also you told me to go get people with college education, and that's exactly what the fuck I did.
Why the fuck can't I speak?
Because you turned it into a clown show.
Speak?
Okay, you know what, bro? You gotta go, man. I'm sorry, man.
You can't speak because you over here trying to make a clown out of this. And you started off making it. You waited till we get live and you did that. You waited till we get live and you start, throwing in, you feel me, comments and things, trying to make the audience sway. The audience already like something was going to go down wrong. You waited. We had 2 hours to discuss this. So we not about to do that. And no, you can't talk about it. And no, you ain't about to sit there and talk dirty about what we got going on. What I look like, letting a nigga sit there and try to make it seem like we doing something wrong. You got me fucked up. Okay, go rest. Whatever you want to do. This is done.
Thank you. Man, that's some dirty ass shit, man. And like you said, you had 2 hours. When you heard me say, I'm finna go. I'm going to track down the judges.
Like, bro, make the type of.
Who was that speaking?
Bro, you mentioned Apostle on the phone the other day.
Yeah, right.
You had us on the phone, bro.
Right.
Come on, man.
And then Apostle, I don't know what he crying for. Apostle wasn't even
discussed on the phone call the other day.
Apostle has Apostle's college.
I think
that's disrespect.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
On the panel. I'm not crying.
Hey, I think he think that when Apostle gave his vote, I think he thought Apostle was an official judge. Maybe that's what I think.
Well, Corey, hold up, man. No. See, you already missing the point. 2 hours went by. We already mentioned the judges. We already mentioned the judges in the back. 2 hours. I said I got Commission. I got Black Jesus. I got Apostle. You said you wanted people who went to college. That's what you told me. I went out and did that. Now he want to make a request that nobody can be an Israelite. So what, you want me to get all atheists, brother? This don't have nothing to do with no spiritual debate. It has nothing to do with no religion. It has something to do with goddamn geology and geography, locations and rocks and asphalt. What do they call that? Seismic goddamn graphs and fault lines and shit. It ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn if you're a Muslim, a Jew, or atheist. None of that, bro. But do you want to try to come and piss on the integrity of this goddamn league over here, bro? I done bent over backwards, try to make everything fair for your ass. That's the dirty shit that I got to be dealing with, man, with people, man. You cannot please nobody in these goddamn debates. There's always somebody crying, and you came to the debate crying out the gate. When you could have said 2 hours ago before the debate started, hey, you know what, Apostle, I don't want you on here. But you're okay with Consul. Well, then you didn't. Okay, well then Ruben ain't okay with because he debated him before. But he debated Commission before and still let Commission be a judge. And you crying about Apostle, somebody you ain't never debated.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get ready and say, because Commission was a previous debater of Ruben. You know what I'm saying? So I myself, I wouldn't understand if he allowed the judge to be picked, it ain't no reason for him to even say something like that. I mean, especially you trying to make the league actually look bad and stuff when you saying something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a tie. You know what I'm saying? You act like you lost or something. It's a tie. Ain't no rigging going on, especially if they sat down with you and discussed the judging and stuff like that. Like, you know, you can't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Two
mean,
hours. 2 hours. I played music. We waited. We waited. You know, Apostle right here. He only was waiting for commission. We all here. He could have just been like, while he was getting his little computer fixed, going from his phone to his laptop, because we sending links and doing all that good stuff. He could have said something in, because they was discussing a little bit about the debate. So he could have just been like we normally do before we get started, the layout, what we was gonna do. We even talked about, Black Minister talked about the time, how we was gonna do it, how it was gonna be ran before we actually went live. I don't play that. Don't come live as soon as you get live talking about I didn't know nothing.
yeah,
Everybody that was here was participating. Everybody was here, we was waiting on. So you should have been like, I don't want him here.
Right. And I would have went out and found another judge.
yeah, that shit went right and stuff like that. Like he could have actually tried to make the decision, make a complete decision right then and there, if he wanted to know what judge he wanted to be on there. But instead, you know, he chose to come up here and try to make the league look like we fucking over people or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
they literally
crazy, man.
sat down with you for like 2 whole hours. You know what I'm saying?
More than that. It was way more than that. But I'm saying it was because we started, so it was like about 5 hours that everybody had an opportunity conversation. Then they left, and then they came, and we were sitting over here waiting for 2 hours, helping him get his little computer, everything ready. He did not mention nothing about the judge that we was waiting on. And JJ made it clear, because we were just waiting on these judges
Yeah,
for 2 hours.
and here's the thing. In my last debate, we already had the judges, and see what happened with Mudiwa. It was actually a favor for him. You know what I'm saying? It was like y'all actually did him a solid and stuff like that. So I don't even know. That's like biting the hand that fed
No,
you, because
no, I don't even want you saying that, because I didn't. All I was trying to do was get some good judges. I wasn't trying to have the
yeah,
judge
that's what I'm
lean
saying.
one
Like
way or the other.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you had made it as balanced as possible. You know what I'm saying? You had
Right.
made it balanced.
He
You know,
wanted
but
college educated people, bro.
yeah,
And
and
I
both
went to
Black
the
Jesus,
elders. I went to the elders. Black Jesus is
Yeah, bro.
a school teacher.
yeah, both Black Jesus minister and Elder Apostle got a degree, got degrees.
Hey, bro.
Why am I yelling while your mama had you?
And this something me and Takori actually agree on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me and Takori bang it out all every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like once we discussed that on the phone, who the judges was gonna be, that should have been final right then and there. You know what I'm saying? He wait till you get on the live after 2 hours of waiting for JJ to find the judges, him to get ready to get on the live, and then want to try to discredit one of the judges and
And put me on the
the
spot
judging
like that in the
panel, all of
beginning of
that.
the damn
That's
debate.
no fairness.
And
You
then
know what I'm
check
saying? The
this
bar,
out. And then check this out.
yeah,
When
man,
he said he didn't
you
want
don't do
Apostle
that.
as a judge, when he said he didn't want Apostle as a judge, y'all did what he said. You
He
know
was
what I'm
supposed to
saying?
say that on that phone call 2 days ago. JJ mentioned JJ JJ asked us about each one of the judges that's on the panel, even more judges that's not on the panel. JJ had that private phone conversation with me, Mugabe, and Commission got on the call too. You know what I'm saying? So I think Black Jesus was on the call as well. But he brought up everybody name who on this panel. He brought up Apostle, Black Jesus Minister, Commission. He asked about On West and Dr. Icky. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Jason Sosa.
Came up, and we all agreed on that judging pool. We both agreed on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, and when Kansu was about to be a judge, who he knew who was gonna vote for him, Mudawa ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, pardon the body. I want to say this, family. They right. Everybody knew who the judges was gonna be. So I want to say this to the people in the audience talking about commission was biased, despite the fact me and the brother Ruben debated each other, and I snap on Mudawa all the time. Y'all,
All
that,
the
the people
time.
that
All the
know,
time. They both
both
agree
of them brothers, both
commission.
of them brothers let me
Yeah,
get up here because
I'm
they
gonna say,
know in their heart, that I wouldn't be biased against them. And I guarantee you that right there. Both of them can vouch for that. But what y'all talking in that chat over there don't mean nothing. I judged on the information. Both of them brothers did a good job. And I put it out there why I made the decision I made. It wasn't because I was against nobody. I just wanted to say that, family. Both of you brothers did a good job. You know, and the people that's there, y'all go do your own research. So the key is what conclusion that we come to unite us after the conversation. You see what I'm saying? It was a tie.
And I agree.
It was a draw. Go ahead, brother.
And I agree. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we was on that call. You know what I'm saying? And I voiced my concern at the end of the day. You know, he's being a judge. So I mean, and I don't feel like he voted along his biases. He voted based on his knowledge. You know what I'm saying, of the particular matter. So that's not the question. You know, no doubt a pool and judge, a two-person judge and pool, then there was a chance that he could escape from a draw. And we both specifically asked for it to be an even number of judges, 3 or 5. You know what I'm saying? And we discussed all of the potential judges and both okayed all of the potential judges. And it's not, it do all of us a disservice to get on the live playing up that you already discussed. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing yourself a disservice when you do that. You know what I'm saying? Because behind the scenes, we all know we had this conversation before the debate. You know what I'm saying? And once those concerns was voiced and we came to a middle ground, then that's what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? See, it is what it is, though. You know, King Nog is still undefeated, and like I said, one step in the ring on that narrowed down topic about the subplate and whether or not it's a subplate of the African plate, you can bring yourself back to the ring and have it.
One thing I do have to say though, that was a hell of a debate from both.
Oh, well, who is this? We got another voice on here.
It's me, JJ. I mean, I tried to stay away, but it was too good, man.
Wait a minute, who's the me? Wait a minute, is this Daniel Haru?
No.
This is Craig, and he was trolling him from the beginning. So
it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I have to say,
go ahead, bro.
It was a hell of a debate. Also, Karima, Ratchet Craig told me, said he'll see you soon, baby. But after that, I gotta say, hell of a debate. I do want Mudiwa to debate Ruben on this, because I mean it was just too good. Because like you gotta understand, I mean these guys been going at it ever since.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was him. I'm not about to let him up here after he was over there in the audience being a troll, talking stuff and all that type of stuff. No, we don't do that. You don't get the opportunity to troll him, talk stuff, and then come up here. That's being biased. I'm not dumb. And no, you and your boyfriend can go play in the field. I don't kick it with y'all. So no.
Okay, well, I didn't know who it was either. But anyway, I mean,
all the trolls up.
Yeah, man.
Hey JJ, you still
got. I don't see why. See now, it's gonna be like JJ did something wrong. That's gonna be the word in the street.
Wrong, man.
You know damn well he was up in the comment section.
I ain't talking about him, Karima.
Okay. Don't even worry about Mudiwa, because you know every debate Mudiwa cried on, and he always had a problem. So you cannot, you know what I mean, satisfy them all. They take the chance to come up in here and they get in the ring and deal with whatever it is. Don't take responsible because a man can't hold his emotions, or he wants to be, you know, you to feel sorry or whatever. Do not do that. Please don't do that. You was fair. You did fair. Matter of fact, you wasn't even on the table. You was in the audience, and don't feel bad. It was fair.
Right. I was there. You know, and then he had 2 hours to say, no, I don't want to pass who was the judge. And you wait till we get on the air to say in the beginning of the debate, and then at the end of the
JJ, as being host, it's like you staying on top of this. You stayed on top of it, and you talked to us 2 days ago about that. And I don't know how you can say you try to rig it, bro, because I mean you didn't have the
Yeah,
discussion
that
without
part
him.
right there, man.
When
That
I
was a
I
got
mean,
low
that was
blow.
Craig,
let me
and
go
that's
ahead
what Craig and Ivory was saying in the damn in the comment section. That's why when I heard his voice, I'm like, oh no, that's his boy, coming up here trying to say some stuff. You were saying that in the audience before, so we're not doing it. He was already talking about he won.
So who was saying
They
I was
were
rigged?
saying that in the audience already, him and Ivory.
If it was rigged, it wouldn't even been a goddamn draw. How smart can you be? So you had to think about it. I mean, how dumb can you
right,
be?
it would have been an automatic L for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right, if
like
we
we talk
rigging
about it.
something,
Come on, man.
what's wrong with these people, man?
It's like, bro, that's just trying to take a shot at the whole platform. That's all.
But you
You
gotta
know what I'm
understand
saying?
that they've been going against us anyway, so I don't even know why. I mean, we had to because of Mugabe, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I played fair, put their comments up and all that kind of stuff. But, we going against people that actually don't like us in the first place, so sabotage is at its best.
They used to be what. That's what it is. Act like they're your friend and really want to see your downfall, want to dox you and pray that you go to prison. A lot of people did this shit.
Yeah, that's what they was doing.
I still
And they here, and we allowed them to be here, and she and him just did all that. So we, if y'all understand us, y'all see that we are so, humble and don't care about stuff that they be trying to bring on us. But yeah, they didn't dox me, doxed him, and all kinds of stuff just recently, and we still have them here. So at the end of the day, we don't care.
Facts. But like I say, but yeah, so I'm not going to no poll. Ruben still retained his belt because it was a draw. It is what it is. We even said Mudiwa you could do another match, but he started want to come in here and talk about I'm rigging stuff. So why would they even give him that invitation? I mean, you trying to discredit me, bro?
That's how I took it. It was a built-in.
We
It
already,
was a built-in build out.
yeah, bro, that kind of hurt my feelings, man.
Well, I'm glad he showed up because he almost didn't show up at first. So remember that we was like,
right?
was he gonna come in the first place? Because
like, I'm gonna take my presentation this side never.
Like Jesus, you want to say something about the upcoming tournament? He probably sleep over there. Like Jesus, you still there? Yeah, he probably away from the phone. But I ain't got nothing else to say. That was kind of messed up on him. And then he's
Yeah,
trying to leave out.
that's some ungrateful ass shit right there.
Right, man. I'm here
That's
promoting
really
this.
some.
I'm promoting his flyer with his face on. I even got his picture, both debaters' picture on
That's
my
the same
thing
thing I
right
told
now.
him.
Y'all see my emoji?
I'm like, JJ, come here. I just promote me to promote you too. I'm like, when I'm sharing this flyer, your name on it. I'm promoting you too. So it's like for you to come and do that, bro, it's like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. That's like a slap in the face. And I can't get with that at all.
Yeah, man. Man. I'm speaking highly of. Yeah, man. We even got Mudiwa Mugabe. You know what? And then I'm giving you a championship match, which you don't even debate much over here to even earn that. But just because out of respect and how long you've been around us, I made that happen for you, bro. And then you gonna shit in my face. Say I try to rig it, bro. I don't be in these back chats like that where people be banging with each other. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That ain't my job to be back there doing that, bro. I'm in here trying to promote this shit and promote all y'all and get y'all in different positions where you can elevate. Hope you and pray you do better than me. Maybe hope you can reach out and lift some of your other brothers up. They might elevate, get higher than you. Right. The chain supposed to keep goddamn going. But I can say one thing. Well, hey, you know what? And I see y'all shining. Be like, yeah, they was over here with me at one time. Hey, look at them. That's how I like it. That's in a perfect world. It's an ungrateful world right here where we live in. And people, they don't even see the kindness. They want to look for something, just anything to tear you down, man.
fake news.
Yeah, yeah. But I slept up under the fan last night, man, so I sound stuffy. So somebody else can go ahead and talk. Black Jesus, Kamisha, anybody, man. It was a great debate, man. Nobody got rigged. It ended up being a draw, even making it fair enough for. Okay, well, y'all don't like them judges, so we got two. Yeah, that's it, family. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think too, what ones have to realize is that when we talk about the Tectonic plates, that's just talking about the Earth's crust. But the people on the Earth that was Cushitic, they was on both sides of the planet. But that ain't got nothing to do with the plates. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Then who named the plates?
Right.
What they are? You know, who named Africa what Africa is? Who named you see what I'm saying? And so we can go into those types of arguments, but at the end of the day, we know we indigenous to the planet. So if the plates shift however they shift, our people was there first, whether they was in any particular area. That's commission position. And that ain't got nothing to do with the argument at hand, but both of the brothers did a good job. We see where our brother Reuben was coming from, and we see where the other brother was coming from, and it's information. You know, the whole purpose is to edify the community, you know, make sure that the people look and get something out of it. You know, we ain't here to take side based upon the biased aspect of what we believe, but speak the truth. Like even our brother Apostle, he let the brother know, man, I was actually after hearing the information, I was gonna go a particular way, but you thinking I'm against you. And that's part of what has been placed in our people. And that's what a conflict at, because it's always a feeling like somebody's gonna be against somebody for this and that. That's why you hear me call it religious gang bang. You know what I mean? Or political gang banging, ideological gang banging. And we just have to realize at the end of the day, we all present information, honor each other information, honor each other's gifts, and that's what it is, at the end of the day. But if we divide our people, that ain't gonna help in no aspect. And I'm just speaking in general. You feel me? But honest to both of them, brother, because they did due diligence in what they did. And I think as a judge, it was my duty to show the brothers that I really heard y'all. I'm listening to y'all argument, and I'm gonna present it to you so you know exactly where I'm coming from when I say what I say, without just saying it off my head. And then people wondering, well, where he come up with that from? No, I'm gonna show you. While they was talking, I'm over here doing the research, which is what some of our people in the audience have to start doing too. We understand your man or your woman or whoever it is may be up there, but do the research and be honest. Because we got to be able to accept the truth, even if it's against ourselves, and say, yeah, I'm wrong on that right there. The brother right. And keep it moving. You feel me? But that's all I got to say. And I love our brother JJ, sister Karima. All y'all, man. Y'all hold it down. And that's what it
Love you
is.
too, family.
Yes,
Love you
sir.
too, Black Jesus,
Already.
Apostle
Already.
Karina, King Naga. Who else on here? Greg Coleman, I just mentioned. Love you too, brother. Man, I try to be as fair as
Hey,
possible.
I'll do a recap for the people. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they request.
Yeah, you come on here and do the thing. Huh? I ain't gonna eat your food.
Now that second title you got, Ruben, you'll definitely be able to prove that, because that
Captain
really that
Farmer
was your
said.
premise in your argument. That's what you really was already arguing. And that's what I was understanding. Now, if the
Right.
argument would have been that, is it the sub plate, Sinai plate? Yeah. If he argued against that, ain't no way in the world he can win that. You see, if he argued
Right.
against it, you see.
And that's basically what he was doing. He was arguing against the Sinai subplate being the subplate of the African plate, which will be completely false.
Well, this is where in the conversation when y'all brought that up, what I had to look at myself with the evidence, because even though the sub plate, common sense, we know it's attached to the African plate, scientifically it's still two different plates. You feel me? So yeah, it's attached, but that's the sub plate of Sinai, and then the other one is the African plate. See, we can't get around that aspect. And so that's why
Yeah,
I made the decision the way I made
but
it in the divergence. Go ahead.
we know that the Sinai subplate is a part of the African
That's
plate.
right.
Not only that, Sinai is is Egypt, and Egypt is on the African continent, and there is nothing that separates the Sinai sunk plate from the rest of the African plate
Yeah, correct. But when you go into the
except
aspects
for
of
the
dealing with
Suez Canal.
Israel,
Because the fault,
yeah, but
yeah,
they said
the Persian
Israel
fault
on
line,
the
like you showed
Arabian
the
Sea.
red line, and like you showed the red line in the that's in the Dead Sea, I think there, no, the Suez Gulf. When you show that red line doesn't cut across the Suez Canal. It goes up on the northeast track, the Dead Sea Fault, which runs between it and Arabia. So even though that plate is diverging from the border with Israel and Jordan and Syria. It's not diverging from the Sinai Peninsula. It's diverging from the Dead Sea Fault.
And let me say something real quick. And Black Jesus Minister, he do claim to be Israelite Mugabe, and he voted for you. He claimed to be an Israelite and a goddamn Christian. Those are two most I hear him say.
That's what
So you
I
can't.
said.
Yeah, I had to think about what you were
So
saying,
like,
Kareem. It just sunk
you
in,
can't
so I had
complain
to correct.
about the
Yeah,
judging. You know what I'm saying? You can't complain about the judging, bro. It's like no matter if it go in your favor or not. You know what I'm saying? Just for the integrity of the show. You know, you brought
right.
information. I brought information. At the end of the day,
And,
it's like
and then
the
it wasn't even a
viewers
religious
who's
debate
supposed
though. But he
right.
just got proven wrong when Israelite voted for you. Think about it, man. You just can't assume we all gonna agree
It's like
because we Israelite.
you can't just
There's a
you
lot of
can't
Israelites
just
don't even like Africa. If you really
judge
don't
a
really
book
want to know the truth, go ahead.
right, right. That are denied that Israel is attached to Africa. There's a lot of Israelites that feel like that. You know what I'm saying? And I mentioned that in the discussion we had. I mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Mugabe, you will team up with Israelites just to go against me. We just saw that. You met Craig Career, who professes to be an Israelite.
Oh no,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Craig just want my trolls. Him, the other Craig,
so it
Gary.
is what it is. So you
They just
can't
like a little.
sit
They
up
just
there and
like a
cry
little. They
about the
just want a
judging
little bit
just
of
because
attention
you
from
feel
JJ.
like a
You know,
judge might vote
hey
one
Ruben,
way.
just a little bit of attention
Because
from JJ. You know what I'm
cause
saying?
like that I brought up what Eric Tyler because me and Eric Tyler had the same type of history me and Mugabe got. But one thing vote based on the information, he's not gonna be a biased judge. And there's a lot of brothers like that, no matter what they subscribe to. So you can't just go off what you think they're gonna believe because you never know what the next man knows and what the next man can go look up and prove for themselves and come back with information and pass judgment based on that. So you got to give everybody a chance, and that's the approach I take, JJ. Like you got to give everybody who come as a judge. You know what I'm saying? After you done okay them, you got to give them a chance.
Yeah, man. And like, if you can't be judged by your peers, who can you be judged by? We around each other for how many years every day in these back chats? And then I bring you college educated people, and you still like. I mean, how can you knock that, bro? It's crazy. Then I try to rig the debate. If I would have rigged it, you wouldn't even have won. I mean, not won. You wouldn't even had a draw. I wouldn't even put a judge out. You know,
They
at the
escape.
beginning of the debate. You know, to me, it's like people be want to see the stuff fail, so they come from it comes from all different directions. I've seen a lot coming from all different directions. Unhappy people, and a lot of them ain't even the debaters. You know, I
Yeah, I
see.
just want to tell people then they have good candidates, you know what I'm saying? It's very competitive, you know what I'm saying? And it is sometimes. But shout out to the Lions then, because this is where I made my name at. You know what I'm saying? So I for the next
Appreciate that,
generation of debaters, man. Y'all check the lines then out and y'all go with them, help them grow. Let's go. Bring your information, let's get it in. Because King Naga's still a heavyweight champ. You know what I'm saying? Further notice.
right? You still a champ, brother. So listen, if you don't have a match between now and the tournament, will you be going against the winner of the Universal title? You gonna be scouting?
Oh yeah, so shit, you already know. I'm trying to unify the belts, JJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right, get
trying to
all the
unify the
belts.
belts. That's my plan. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead on and retire. You know what I'm saying? And start focusing on presentations and the music and
Right.
stuff like that. Family, because I've been doing this debate thing for a long time. So it's getting there. It's about to be time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go out with a bang, JJ.
Well, congratulations on returning your title, brother. You know, a draw. Hey, that means the champ still holds on. He's still the champ. You know, you didn't do enough. You didn't do enough, Mudiwa. Then you want to try to tear down my character like I done did something wrong. Don't blame me.
No, it wasn't you, JJ. It was about the debate league. They trying to do their little debate league. So what they doing is trying to put the narrative that it's rigged. Is they complain about the judges, why he fake like he won a debate, but it was all game because all of them was here, all the little trolls and haters, and they usually ain't here for him like that. At least making themselves present. They all in the comment section doing hella much. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I already know they sat down and was like, yeah, go do that debate and basically try to sabotage it and talk shit and all that type of stuff. But I'm on y'all. You feel me? Like, that's what I moderates. People like you.
Right. I already know. And then if Mudiwa supposedly was on the street, they talking about if he was the one to Tyler, he was gonna taking over the information age. You can go hang out with it over there, but you have to defend your title over here, bro. They'd be like, "Well, I'll just throw it back. I don't need it." Try to
Yeah,
disrespect him.
still gonna
There's
have to
gonna be some
defend
kind
your
of
title over
disrespect
and
one way
you
or the other.
know what I'm saying?
I know Mudiwa. I know what you was up to, bro. So what you did? You try to disrespect me on the way in and then on your way out. And I'm just supposed to sit there and listen to it, bro. That's some dirty shit.
He
And
tried. He tried.
I'm promoting your. Don't know,
He tried.
who is he? Mudiwa. Who? Yeah, Mudiwa, my debater, man. Yeah, he's a good debater. I'm bragging on dude.
See, I'm about to tell you though. It's like just the problem. Just the problem that they see that he saw with that whole premise. Man. It's so much ammunition that the Israelites who claim African Israelites, you know what I'm saying, in their hands, that information is so powerful. To culture, you know what I'm saying, and language. Because once you put that land in its proper context and make the whole picture look clear, and even the people that they give credit for being the Israelis, you know what I'm saying, are telling you that this is on the African tectonic. That's the sources I brought forward. Because I knew he was going to try to attach those facts to being ideology, you know what I'm saying, when it's really not that. You know what I'm saying? When you watch that documentary and that elder say what he says, he's on the fault line. You know what I'm saying? And they have it marked because it's a tourist trash. And then they post it what they are. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard the brother state that triggered something in him, and he had to go against that fact just because it was coming from an Israelite. And you just can't go against a fact because you don't like who it came from. It just is what it is. The truth don't care who tell it.
So it's gonna be one side that ain't happy. One something. I mean, it was a draw, bro. So you didn't pull it off. You had a chance to convince two judges. You didn't pull it off to take the belt. But then you want to try to uh, question the integrity of the league and just to try to promote another league. I think that's shameful, bro. You know, when we all can work together. I don't have no problem with information aids. Now, some of my people may do, but they know JJ. I don't care who I work with, as long as we got good debates for the people. I can put all that to the side. I'm not an egomaniac. Man, hopefully one day Mudiwa, you know, hopefully this don't ruins you and I's friendship. You know, sometimes when you've been dealing with people for all these years, you kind of know their ways. You know. I heard out there, you know, if you the one, what you was gonna do and all that, man. You know, that shit crazy. I ain't trying to tear nobody down, man. I'm just trying to build my people. You know, this is the only platform we have out there where it's not just one set group of people. You go to these other platforms like Garfield, it's an echo chamber. You know, you go to Uncle West, it's the same group. It's an echo chamber because they all fit in. You go to Pseudo Killers, it's an echo chamber. You go to the so-called home of the truth over there at what's his name? ISUBK. It's an echo chamber. ICUI, whatever the echo chamber. Lions Den is not an echo chamber because everybody from all walks of life are welcome here. If it wasn't, we wouldn't have some of the champions. They would have just been Messianic Israelites like myself. We had the non-Messianic. We had Commission. We had Tahuti as a champion. We didn't have non-Israelites, you know. So they're not gonna paint a picture of how it's something rigged. Ain't nothing rigged over here. What's rigged is y'all are rigged on the same goddamn wavelength. Y'all will not allow somebody in your little set that don't agree with you. Y'all all goddamn puppets. That's why the Lions Den reign supreme. With that being said, I yield my time. Everybody don't speak at once. If not, hey, go ahead. Let's get up out of here, champ. Great debate, man. I like the different topics that you bring. Like you say, people say, you know, we tired of just hearing biblical debates. Well, we bring different debates. It ain't just biblical. And this is why I don't understand why some of y'all scared to enter the tournament when we have debaters who come from all walks. So keep that in mind. Scream, you there? Let's get up out of here. I guess y'all want to hear this song. Get up out of here. Last words, anybody?
All right.
I couldn't hear none of y'all, so that's why I said, well, go ahead and mute my
Shalom,
mic.
Shabbat Elahayim.
Yeah. That's man. That's what it's all about, brother. Like Jesus.
Peace.
All right, we out, y'all.
Peace
Great
and
debate.
love, man.
Yep. Thank y'all. Thank everybody for participating. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. Share the video. You know, don't believe the hype. Lions Den is for everybody. Unlike certain these other groups who running cliques, they all think alike. You see, they all puppets. With that being said, hey, we out.
I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Kali.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. play what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we catching flesh. Save my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespecting and we check the bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct, cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. I'll give you broke your head. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Little homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Fuck this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Little homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Fuck this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give her room to work. Know my move, we work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put most high first, none above. Tech in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Little homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Fuck this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Little homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Fuck this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.